Oi, get the checkbook out this summer. Hey, Florian. Oh, art thou Florian? I believe you're looking for a new football club, my mate. Hey, England, Manchester, Etihad, this Stad will be playing Champions League football next year, my friend. Yeah, how about you take a little 2-2 Ryanair jet from Leverkusen over to Manchester. We'll get you a nice hotel stay. Little 2-2 medical, £300,000 a week. Couple bonuses thrown in there. 2-2 Ballon d'Or in a couple years. Champions League. Happy days. You are.
Get the checkbook out this summer. Hey, Florian. How art thou, Florian? I believe you're looking for a new football club, yo, my mate. Manchester, Etihad, Estad. We playing Champions League football next season. How about you take a 2-2 Ryanair jet from Leverkusen to Manchester hotel stay, little 2-2 medical.
300k a week, couple bonuses thrown in there. Ballon d'Or in a couple years, happy days, you wanna go Bayern Munich. Little 2-2 Twiwa, 3E2 Bayern Uni driller. Happy days, we get a new and upcoming star. How about Florian? Florian.
How art thou, Florian?
Alright, my mate Florian, what's the latest word? City flash with the cash, got the deal secured. De Bruyne still pinging it, Haaland bangs goals. But heart at the club, still feeling cold. They flex big wins, but vibes don't last. Trophies lined up, but the soul's in the past. Etihad shiny, fans still late. Feels like a show, not a football state. Oi. Get the checkbook out this summer. Hey, Florian. How art thou, Florian? From Leverkusen to Manchester.
Hey! He rejected us.
And this brings me back to last week's conversations. Speaking of mutants, you three mutants were screaming at this channel, telling everyone, why the fuck would Florian Wirtz want to go to Liverpool?
Hey, mutants.
To say Wirtz wants to come to the Premier League. Okay, and let's say you both put 100 mil on the table, 200k wages. Who does he choose in a straight shootout?
City.
Yep, I agree.
Hey, mutants.
City have more pull, Arsenal have more pull, Chelsea have more pull.
I don't think we're going to drop that
big
money.
name you're gonna get. Like I've already seen hundreds linked with Man U big names, hundreds with Arsenal, with Man City, Liverpool.
Bro, what the fuck you want me to do, man? Hey.
James.
They're not getting Florian Wirtz. What they're saying here is that, like, we ain't getting the guy. We don't want the guy. But if he moves to England, we're going to pretend like we're interested. Hey, already agreed a deal with Bayer Leverkusen. They don't want it to drag on. Soon as City get the green light from Florian Wirtz, the deal will be signed that day. Florian! They're in the chat, yeah. I'm on a fucking stream with 3 mutants who are ready to pounce. Mutants.
Sam, do you agree that they have more pull than you?
James.
But he doesn't go Liverpool. No way.
He don't go Liverpool. I agree he don't go Liverpool.
I don't think he goes to Liverpool.
Well, let's be honest, yeah. Let's be honest, yeah, as well. If Liverpool was serious, yeah, wouldn't have slot me there. Wouldn't slot like it'd be for partying, getting steam up. Florian, I want to go through these stages of grief, innit? They don't want to do that.
It gets worse, LB. It gets worse.
Florian. Oh yeah, it's Liverpool here. If you do decide to come to the Prem, let us know, mate. We might offer you a deal, innit? I think I've already said I think that Liverpool story was a load of rubbish. I'm gonna talk about this for the next days, mate, because it's interesting. Hey, he didn't meet Liverpool. He did not meet Liverpool. He did not meet Liverpool. He met City and only City. It's City v Bayern. Florian, how art thou, Florian? Well, I think we've agreed a deal with Leverkusen. We've agreed a deal with Leverkusen. So, in terms of the purchase aspects, I think that's all pretty much agreed. It's now just a case of, can we agree it with Wirtz and just Wirtz give us the green light? Bro, what the fuck you want me to do, man? Dimitri. He's a top dog.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another stream. As you guys know, I've been away for 2 days. You get me? The people who follow me on Snapchat know exactly what's been going on, but big up to all of you guys. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're ready to do so. A well-deserved 2-day break of this application. You get me? Love every single one of you guys. I did miss it. So it shows me that I still want to do this. You know, I still want to continue doing this because I did miss doing content. I did miss speaking to you guys. I did miss, you know, you toxic people in the chat. I missed every single one of you guys. You guys are absolutely incredible. You guys are absolutely elite. And this is the community to be on YouTube. This is the community to be on YouTube. This is the place to be on YouTube when it comes to all this information. So love every single one of you guys. Please do hit the like button on the way in. Do subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Everyone, please hit the like button. Everyone, please subscribe. And we are back, baby. We are back. And speaking of back, joining us, of course, the biggest fraud in the northwest of the country. Man, like Thomas Little is in the building. How are you doing, Tom?
So you go on a break, recharge, and I go from being your brother to back to being the biggest fraud in the northwest. I see how it is. I see how it is.
You know you're my brother. You already know that. You already know that. Come on.
Big ups, lads. Big ups.
We're like Rush Hour.
Exactly.
Have you ever watched Rush Hour?
I watched the first one over the weekend.
Rush
So
Hour is elite, isn't it?
I've now watched one of them. Although again,
Rush Hour 2 is actually...
Let's not do films because people would just get angry at me. Last time we don't film on
Rush Hour 2 is
angry at me.
better than Rush Hour 1. That's one of the few sequels that are actually better than the first one. Like Rush Hour 2 is genuinely better than Rush Hour 1. You will enjoy it very much. Did you like Rush Hour 1?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, Rush Hour 2 is even better. 3 is like 50-50. Like
Does it go a little bit off the rails in 3?
3 is okay, you know. It's not like a bad film, but it's not very good either. You know, like it's just a good film. But 2 is the best one of the Rush Hours by far. Like 2 is by far the best one of the Rush Hours. Like it's incredible. I'm obviously Jackie and you're obviously Chris Tucker. We cannot listen. We all know I'm the lead actor.
I mean, no, that's one of the duos where, you know, there's no bad result in that one. There's no bad result. There's no bad result.
That is true. That is true. There is no like a bad actor on there. You know, it's good. 2 is gonna make you really laugh as well. It's very hilarious. It's very hilarious. But yeah. Anyway, let me just read these 2 super chats, guys. Matt will be joining us in about 2 minutes, and Callum will be joining us in an hour. Yay! You get me? Yay! You notice how me and Tom are always on time for their Friday show. As a matter of fact, me and Tom are there before them on their Friday show, and then we come here and we get disrespected by those 2 coppish frauds because Matt ain't here and Callum ain't here. You get me? And they're all they're good at is a bunch of excuses. You get me? But it is what it is. Anyway, they're on the way regardless. Matt is going to be joining us in a bit. Let me send him a voice note. Hi, Matt. We're currently live on YouTube. It's been 11 minutes, my brother. You said 10 minutes. So what's going on? Anyway, big up to Terry Tibbs. Big up Terence. Absolute W intro is gonna get worse. Isak and Fofana incoming. Big up Hussam. Hope you're well, brother. I'm over the moon. Wirtz on Friday. Payday Friday is what Terry is saying. Bro, you wanna know what's funny? I feel like I've defended the city of Liverpool so much over this last month, and it's a city I've never even visited or anything. But it's because of the constant disrespect by the frauds on this platform. Why would anyone want to live in Liverpool? And I've just been destroying everyone. And I enjoy it. So they can all hold that. All those frauds who disrespected the biggest talent to come out of Germany for a really long time just chose Liverpool Football Club over Real Madrid, over Bayern Munich, over Manchester City. And there is nothing that any of you could do about it. Literally nothing. You get me? So hold that. Big up to my guy Ed, 1610 super chat. You get me? You take 2 days off and Ray goes and
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Has he been annoying you?
Yesterday.
Wow.
I was just doing a nice little breakdown of how I think you could play with the double 10 if you can't get a good number 9.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ryan comes into the stream and goes, "We need wingers with output like Anthony Gordon. And I went, hold on a minute. And both our left wingers got more goals than Anthony Gordon did this season. Well, no, what we need is pace and output. Okay, but they've both got pace and they both got more output than Anthony Gordon. No, but you're not getting it. Anthony Gordon's 10 times the player of Gakpo. I'm sitting there going, oh my fucking God. Do we not understand what we have? Like, Anthony Gordon. The only reason I wanted Anthony Gordon was because it would be really nice to see him score against Everton and tell them to go fuck themselves. But he can't do that. He missed a pen against them. He clearly can't handle the pressure of playing against Everton. So why would I want him? Why would I want him?
By the way, just so everyone knows, for the people who don't understand the 16-10 reference.
By the way, can I just say, the two girls below us are looking 16 out of 10s today, both of them.
It's always for me the flawless face that just makes me laugh, to be honest. The flawless face is what brings all this together.
The two girls just sitting there going, oh, for fuck's sake. Flawless is
giving death stare, do you notice?
But Flawless is sitting there going, am I guilty by association? Am I,
yes.
Am I guilty because I brought this man on my channel?
Big up to Abby, says Kerkez is shamelessly twerking for Liverpool. He's not just twerking. At this point, he's got his top off. He's ready. Talk about twerking. He
His dad's involved as well. His dad's involved.
His dad's there as well, bro. How, like, we had Loki, we had two Here We Goes announced by the fucking player themselves, the Wirtz one and the Kerkez one. Wirtz didn't twerk shamelessly, but he came out and said, I didn't ask for any shirt number.
Wirtz just shut down a bollocks report. Milos Kerkez yesterday was signing Liverpool shirts, holding up Liverpool flags, talking about how he can't wait to play for Liverpool. Said Anfield's the best stadium. Said Salah's the best player. Our media team's going to sit there when we announce him with nothing left to do. They're going to sit there and go, "What? We can't ask you any new questions. We can't give you a flag to hold because you've done that. Can't give you a shirt because you've done that. What's left?" He's done everything for himself.
Yeah. Big up to my guy, Muhammad, who says, big up Hussam, hope you are safe. Alhamdulillah, everything is good, you guys. I appreciate everyone who checked on me as well. People who follow me on Snapchat have been seeing like all the stuff I've been posting with like the rockets and everything. Like people have been seeing it. You know, my country is sandwiched in between. Big up. Big up to LB, says, what if Wirtz fails his medical? Remember Fakir? Why would Wirtz fail his medical?
Also, Nabil Fakir didn't fail his medical. That was the line we went with when we went, look, we can't sign him. We got to go spend that money on a goalie instead.
Yeah. This summer feels like an era change for a club. Bro, what's happening is just unbelievable. What's happening is literally just unbelievable. How are we spending this much money? I have no idea.
Remember last summer, Hassan, when we said trust the data, trust the nerds? We should
have waited the summer to say trust the nerds, to be fair.
We had the faith. We had the faith the whole time. I didn't lose my head over last summer because I knew what was coming.
I think at some point in time last summer, all of us kind of lost our heads a little bit. Let's be fair here.
I think the only time I lost my head last summer was when they said that there's no other DM better than Zubomendi. So there are other DMs, but Gravenberch proved us wrong. Outside of that, I went too angry.
Anyway, speaking of Gravenberch biggest fan is here. Hi, Matt. You good, mate?
What's going on, bro?
Big up.
You guys blessed?
You good?
I'm good, my bro. Apologies, I am late. Apologies. I got your voice message and I was like, this guy, bro. Listen, albeit I said 10 minutes, and he's like, it's 11 minutes past. We are live. Where are you?
It's actually 16 minutes past now.
Yeah, but I was here before then, but obviously you guys were speaking.
Yeah, it's been here for a minute and a half.
You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
But big up everyone in the chat. Come on. What we doing? Also, smash the likes. What are we doing here? Come on.
Big up Tom, big up Hussam, stay safe, brother. Big up Cal, big up Matt, best LFC show on YouTube, love you all. Big up to you, Akia. Callum is actually giving me a whole hour late, you get me? So that's why I chose Matt as my partner. So big up to you, Akia. But Callum is headed here anyway, so don't worry, we will carry the show just like we do every week before Callum ruins it. Big up to you, Akia. Big up to Ed who says, I love that Red Sox have to cry so Liverpool
that was an incredible night.
This is the most like
that was an incredible night
ever. Weirdest beef ever.
So basically, Hassam, the Red Sox have just traded their best player for like nothing, and the Red Sox fans realised that we spent 100 odd million on Florian Wirtz, so they went, "Oh my god!" John Henry's picked Liverpool over the Red
I
Sox.
saw some of the
Oh, is that
reactions
what it
online. I'm
is?
like, that's literally how we were last year, mate. So where do we go from here? Anyway, listen. Big up to all of you guys. Make sure guys are liking the video. Make sure guys are subscribing to the channel if you're yet to do so. Every single one of you guys, please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Before we speak about Andy Robertson and all the other topics, I do want to address our striker situation first. As my guy Scottish Bear is saying, guys, like and subscribe. Come on, we back after 2 days hiatus. You get me taking a small break. We have 900 people in here. We're not even at 200 likes yet. You're the most shameful audience in history. Hit the like button right now. You have lower conversion rate than Darwin. Have some shame. You're all a bunch of Hoylands. Like the video right now and subscribe. Come on. Anyway, let me just share the striker news with you guys so we can all be kind of aware of what's going on. So this is Mr. Tapino Romano. Discussions between Napoli and Darwin continue as he's high on the shortlist. Talks ongoing with the players' camp scheduled also this week. Nunez also has proposals from Saudi Pro League and more European clubs. And then the other news is Alexander Isak has been Liverpool's dream target since day one, but it remains complicated, is what Mr. Fabrizio is saying. So, Tom, since you were here first, I'm gonna get your reaction on this striker situation. Talk to me, brother.
It's positive that we're shopping for the top strikers in my eyes. Do I think Isak happens? No, because as much as it's complicated, I just think that Newcastle getting Champions League football kind of fucked us over because Newcastle all of a sudden don't need to sell. It's not like they need the wiggle room in PSR type thing. So that worries me in terms of getting Isak out of there. But the Darwin stuff is interesting because of the club. Napoli aren't ever going to pay us the money that Saudi can, but they can subsidise it in another way. I would take Victor Osimhen at this football club. You best believe I take Victor Osimhen at this football club. There are 4 strikers on this planet that would, join Liverpool that I would take. If it's not any of them, I'll run double 10. And those 4 are Isak, Alvarez, Osimhen, and Retegui. Get me one of them 4, buzzing. If not,
Guessand?
No, not Guessand's more of your hybrid type. He's like your wing. He'd be a good Chiesa replacement if you were going to replace Chiesa and give him some meaningful minutes.
You're not going to give up this whole Retegui thing, are you?
Why would I give up on the Serie A top goal scorer?
Because
not
it was
Gyökeres?
Because before it was...
Gyökeres is in like the tier 2. He's like a maybe, but there's a bit of a problem with him. Same with Ekitike. I do have a bit of a gripe with Gyökeres. Those are the 4 strikers that I want. Those are the 4 that you should be looking at. You can't get them. You run double 10 again, and you look at maybe getting a really good goal scoring winger. Because ultimately, the way I look at it is this: unless we get one of them 4 strikers, who are our chief goal scorers next year? It's going to be Salah and either Diaz or Gakpo, because that's what it was this year. Because we didn't have a good number 9. So if again we're going into next year with the number 9 that doesn't score a lot of goals, my chief creators are going to be my wingers. I want to get them in the best positions possible. That to me is done by using double 10 with Szoboszlai and Wirtz and maybe adding another piece to that puzzle. Because you're able to then put Salah, because we're going to have wing backs that are operating a lot differently to the ones that we had last year. Then wing backs are naturally going to push my wingers in a bit more narrower, closer towards the goal, giving them more of a goal scoring focus. So that's how I see it personally. Unless you get one of them top 4 strikers, I don't want us to go spend 80 million quid on a B-tier striker who's got potential but problems. Maybe he'll work, maybe he won't. I'd rather just bide my time, run double 10 with Wirtz and Szoboszlai and maybe buy another one for 30 to 40 million, run them in that position for a year. Because I've still got wingers that I know can get me goals. If I've got Diaz and Gakpo got 18 and 17 last year. Now, if they can get a slight increase on that because they're playing with Florian Wirtz instead of Diogo Jota, and I'm all of a sudden looking at 22 and 23 in all comps, I'm buzzing. I take 23 goals and all comp from my left wing any day of the week, especially with fullbacks that are going to be involved, 210s. So for me, if I can't get Isak, if I can't get Alvarez, if I can't get Osimhen or Retegui, I think the Osimhen deal is one of the more easier ones to do because they want Nunez. If I can't get one of them for run double 10, in terms of, I'm glad Nunez is going. I'm sick to death of the whole narrative we've seen for the past week and a half of one more year. No, not one more year. Should have been one less year. We should not have given him this year. We did not need to give him this year. But he got this year. One more year, I'm not doing. I do not deserve. I do not care what crimes I committed in a previous life. They were not bad enough to deserve 4 years of Darwin Nunez at my football club. They weren't. They weren't. They weren't. So on that basis, I do not want to think about one more year, Nunez. Diogo Jota's going to stay. I think that's pretty obvious.
Unless he goes to Newcastle as part of the Isak deal.
Maybe, but I highly doubt that.
I've heard something. Yeah, go on.
Jota's probably going to stay. So I've got a 9 there. Who was he great this year? Fucking no. But do you know what? He's serviceable. If he's
Don't you
coming
think
off
with
the
the
bench,
striker position though, we're doing the same mistake that we did with the midfield 3 years ago? Because as much as you can say there are goals from elsewhere on the pitch and we've got Mo Salah and all this blah 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 blah, I get that, but at the end of the day, we need someone to uplift the pressure off of Mo. And I've said this before. I did like a show by myself last time, Saturday night. Last time I went live, and I said, guys, if they tell me Isak is coming in next summer, that's fine. Get John Duran on loan then. Just get a body. Just get someone. Because what we can't do is go into next season. Diaz is our main striker. Our backup is Jota. Our left wingers are Gakpo and Malik Fofana. That will not work. We need more. We need someone who is a goal scorer. Even, and I said it even on that show, I don't even need, if you're telling me Isak next summer, that's fine. I don't need someone who can score 35 goals. Just get me someone who can score 17 goals up top. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not saying anything crazy.
John Duran doesn't get you 17 goals.
John Duran definitely gets 17 goals.
John Duran does not get you 17 goals.
100% he does. 100%.
Well, in the league or overall?
By the way, just transition goals alone, he'd score transition goals alone probably 10 goals. Just literally counter.
I don't see it with John Duran. I didn't see it when he was.
John Duran's a good striker, you know.
I don't see it with him.
Duran's
I'm just saying loan, not permanent.
Yeah, but my point on this is, I get what you're saying about the striker, but my wingers are my chief goal scorers. I don't think I will buy a striker if I'm not buying one of the big name strikers. I don't think I will buy a striker who could, in theory, score more than Diaz and Gakpo within a full season.
Matthew, see why I get this up? You see what he just said? I will not buy a striker. I just told him John Duran is available on loan. I will not buy.
I don't want John Duran though. I don't.
Who's talking about buying, you bum? Isak is available next summer. Get Duran on loan for a year.
I would do that rather than running this team. I know you would do that.
I don't see it. I don't see it. I just don't see it. I don't see why.
You don't see it with Duran, but you see it with Retegui.
Yes, I do see it with Retegui, a man who got 25 goals.
Rather have Retegui or Duran? Retegui or Duran, chat right now. One word answers.
Matt, who would you rather have? The man who just won Serie A Golden Boot, or the man who couldn't get into the Aston Villa starting 11 over Ollie Watkins?
You know who also won Serie A Golden Boot? Ciro Immobile. You know who also won Serie A Golden Boot? Gonzalo Higuain.
You're saying that like Gonzalo Higuain was a bad striker?
Gonzalo Higuain.
No, but the Italian league ain't as like kind of like prolific how it used to be. Still, obviously, still a good league. But I'd rather get Duran. Duran suits the Prem. Bruv, Duran is actually more Prem proven at least.
People do not watch Retegui.
Honestly, I don't think you've watched Duran, bro.
I have watched Duran. Duran's best attribute is the fact that he can come off the bench and score goals. That's a really unique
That's his
thing.
best attribute. Oh no,
it is
such bullshit. You're so full of shit.
So you don't think he's quick? You don't think he's strong? You don't think he's got a decent hold up play?
Strong.
You don't think he's a good?
I don't think he's got decent hold up play. No,
he's very quick, very rapid.
He's decently quick. I wouldn't say he's very quick. He's decently quick.
Running behind.
He's a bang average.
Bring others into play.
He's a bang average striker. So in this case, I'm gambling on a year where I'm not getting Isak. Fine, I'm not getting Isak for a year. Okay.
Yeah, so get someone on loan.
But then I'm running with 2 bang average strikers, which therefore means that everything's going to get funneled towards bang average strikers rather than
Well,
going,
guess
you know
what?
Duran's
2
not
bang average
average,
strikers
bro.
is better than 1 bang average striker.
I think
Or
Duran's better than average, but I think Duran's a good striker. He's not exceptional. He's not like and remember, Duran's only like 21, 22 as well. I mean, I think when you say bang average, that's when you start looking at them kind of.
question.
Yeah, go on.
How much is John Duran on at Al Nassr?
I have no idea. That's me being
Because
so
loans, you have to pay the wages.
I don't know. I don't even know what Duran is. He's 21 years of age. Someone in the chat, can you please let us know? But I can't remember why he even wants to leave. I don't know if it's due to personal reasons.
John Duran is on 350 grand a week.
Okay, but do you understand though that if he was coming to Liverpool, he would obviously understand he would take a massive pay cut. Obviously, we're not. This is on the
in loans.
No, Tom. This is on the premise that he wants to leave Saudi and he's willing to make that sacrifice.
No, but a loan deal, you don't take a pay cut.
So no. What would probably happen then? Al Nassr will probably cover some of them wages, and we will probably cover some. Then there's no way Liverpool covering all them wages.
Yeah.
Why would Al Nassr take some of his wages?
Because that's what clubs do.
That's what clubs on loan do.
You don't. Hold on, wait a minute. You've never heard of a club pay someone's wages to facilitate a move if they
why would Al Nassr
an agreement?
Because if they think John Duran is not good enough for them and they want a striker, then they will facilitate a loan move for him because they need that.
They just paid 80 million quid for him in January. And you think they're just going to loan him out and pay the majority of his wages this year because, apparently he wants to go. I don't see it. I don't see this John Duran deal happening.
Who was it? Who was high profile? I'm trying to think. Someone in the Prem where there's paying
Raheem Sterling to Chelsea or to Arsenal was half wages because Chelsea just didn't want him.
But if it, and again, I don't know if it would be half. I have no idea. The whole premise is though.
I'm not paying. I don't want us to pay 175 grand a week for John Duran.
The premise, but you're thinking too much about. Oh my God, we have to cover these. If Liverpool can cover those wages, wherever those wages are, we have to pay half. What we're saying is the striker Duran would be on loan for a season, and you never know what might happen after that. If he does very well, maybe he stays. Jota's sold, and we still get Isak. It was just an idea rather than running this whole, because you've got this narrative of we should run the 2 number 10s. I don't think that's sustainable for a whole season. I don't think that's gonna work.
False 9 and 10 isn't sustainable for the season.
I just think that we might run into problems.
That's literally what we've done all season, bar when Nunez played. Because Jota was a false 9 and Diaz was a false 9.
You want no. You want to do the whole how we played against Man City, if I'm not mistaken.
Not necessarily.
That's what you was talking about. The double 10. Yes, that's what you're talking about.
Because when I say Wirtz and Szoboszlai together, people instantly go to that. My notion of it is you just play it similar to how you played it all season with Diaz, because Diaz practically plays it as a 10,
right?
Not without the ball, and a 10 next to him. So that
for Liverpool to hear what I'm saying. I get it. We won the league this season and we done amazingly well. But there are elements that make you think to do that again without a striker will be even more difficult because other teams are going to strengthen and other teams will be more dangerous. Therefore, we need to be more dangerous. If you are going into a season with Luis Diaz and Diogo Jota as your primarily strikers, you are, in my opinion, to sustain that in the Prem and the Champions League, I think we would struggle more than we did this season. I think we need to be better equipped. So when we're saying better equipped, there's nothing wrong with still keeping Diaz, Jota, but I think we still need to get another striker though. That's what
I don't see the point in buying a second-rate striker. No. Because we know what this football club's like though. Let's be honest. We know what this football club is like.
I hear what you're saying.
That second-rate striker.
But remember, there was no buy. It was just a notion of if we could get a loan of someone who we think of as is good caliber. Not amazing, but he's good. Because Tom, Joe, it is. I know what you're saying. Don't go and buy some second-rate striker. This is we agree with you, bro. But what we are not gonna do though is, in my opinion, just don't do nothing and just keep Diaz and Jota because we don't like that's you're asking for too much.
Do you want me to be honest, Matt? I'd rather run Diaz up front for another year than loaning John Duran.
Oh my god.
I don't see what the point in this. John Duran is not this well beaten of a striker. He's not this
No,
striker
but
that
John
I think
Duran
can
could
lead the
also.
line for the team.
All right, let me give you an example. Say I don't want to. I hate doing these things, but say like Diaz gets hurt, he gets a knock, and then like
Yep.
we our natural thought is all right, we've got Jota, but we know what Jota's like. That kind of leaves no one. That's why I'm saying the extra body might help. Even though Duran might not be sensational, I still think he helps. For example, it could be knockout stages in the Champions League and like there's an injury to Gakpo or something or Soboslai and like we've got to rejig. What I'm saying is we just want options, bro. Options.
Yeah.
So we want to win the Champions League and win the Premier League.
So I'm not.
That's why I'm saying it's important to get bodies in there.
Winger. I'm not against adding another wide player. Whether that be the club wants to all of a sudden give Ben Doak a chance, or whether that's the club look at Malik Fofana and go, look,
oh, do you think Ben Doak is gonna make us go back to back?
I don't think Doak.
Stop the bullshit, Tom, bro.
Right, where did I say Ben Doak is going to be the difference in why we go back?
Yeah,
to
but
back?
then the whole point of the season
the
is
wide
back
player
back.
depth.
You have to keep that in mind.
Liverpool,
the whole point of the season is trying to go back to back.
Yes, I know, Hassam, and I think there's a front line where I'm playing Soboslai and Wirtz with a good number 10 in as a rotation piece. I've got Gakpo and Diaz off the left. I've got Salah off the right, and I've got as a backup if I need to bring a striker on, Diogo Jota. And in worst case scenario, I've got a Diaz to go on there up front if I want to play it slightly differently. I think that is fine. That is, as a front line, got everything I need. It's got the chief goal scorer in Mohamed Salah, who is still, even if we think he's not going to put up the same ridiculous numbers he put up last year, which is perfectly fine, his average season is about 23 goals. So, if Salah is giving me 23 goals, I'm adding Florian Wirtz, who gets about 15 and 15 assists, because that's pretty much an average of what he's done throughout his Leverkusen career once they've been a competitive team. Close to 15-15. So I'll put him in Liverpool, giving him the cheap cater role, 15-15. Salah gets me 23 and 15. Soboslai gets me, I think this season he got me 8 and 8. So with a cheap creator around him, let's hope he goes to 9 and 9 or 10 and 10. Left wing, that's the biggest change, because instead of them linking up directly, because we know how the team shaped up, Soboslai was on the right and the striker would drift to the left. So instead of the left winger having to link up with Jota, who has had a really shit season, and Nunez, who has had a really shit Liverpool career, they're now linking up with Florian Wirtz. And they've got wing-backs who are bombing up around them. My left winger's goal increase will be there. They will get 20 goals plus. If they get 17 and 16 with Diogo Jota as the main number 9, if I'm all of a sudden playing double 10 with Wirtz and Soboslai, bang, that's 20 goals each for them. That's it. That's where I'm sitting there going, I don't see this need for a striker who's only going to get me 10 goals when I can make up them goals through the other players who I've already got.
I think you're limiting what the striker could do. I don't know what Duran. Obviously, we've seen what Duran can do at Aston Villa, right? But Duran now playing in a better system, maybe more to his style potentially, bit better players. Just that loan with Duran, which again, obviously it does depend on wages, you're right. But let's just say that the wages wasn't a factor, or somehow was able to facilitate something. He would still be one hell of an option to have, because my only worry with everything that you've said is that it still boils down to we got Jota. And I'm not acting like Jota's not quality. It's just his available. What scares me about Jota is we could literally have the first game of pre-season and something happens and he's out for how many? That's just how Jota is. You just don't even know. And here's the thing. If you take Jota just out that equation, we just look so much lighter, even by adding Florian Wirtz. Because I'm just thinking about the central areas now. That means we've got a makeshift striker in Diaz. Jota's the main striker who's injured. And now we're trying to compensate by changing systems and trying to be even more fluid. And not only that, it's not like we played the system all last year. It's something that I think the players are still I
think we played that system the majority of last season.
You think so?
Yeah. I think the moment we want Jota was like a hybrid between them. You can't do it with Nunez because Nunez can't drop deep. But whenever Luis Diaz played,
Nunez didn't really have the IQ, to be fair.
Yeah, Nunez is just Nunez was a foot situation.
Nunez IQ, same sentence.
Whenever Luis Diaz played, though, we played, in my eyes, we played that style of football. Soboslai would be very close to Diaz. Diaz would drift left, Soboslai would drift right, and we'd play that 4-2-4. That's how I looked at us playing last year. I think the big difference is this year, instead of having fullbacks that are going to sit quite deep, because Trent didn't really overlap, and Robertson, he overlapped a bit more, but again, the quality wasn't there. I'm having two of the best overlapping fullbacks going. That's naturally going to push wingers closer.
That's what. Do you know what? I've got no. Again, I agree with what you're saying. I'm just saying another option would be all right. So remember how I was saying before, you got Kerkez who likes to like bomb forward and potentially ping pong. Obviously, they're going to pick their moments when they attack here. Both of them do like to like cross the ball or cut it back. This is why I kind of feel like having a natural striker with those instincts like would be even more beneficial, because you got Florian Wirtz as well, right? Florian Wirtz plays better, in my opinion, with a target mobile man up front kind of thing. So like obviously you had Patrick Schick and you got Boniface, right? Duran can kind of be in that sort of mold. I also feel like Wirtz, you're gonna get a better from Wirtz as well, bro. And then you got Ping Pong with them crosses and Kerkez back to the back. But I'm telling you, all I'm saying is
talk, bro, because he ain't even expressing his thought, and you're interrupting already because you're listening to respond. You're not listening to understand what he's saying.
I do understand what he's saying.
You need to understand something. Liverpool Football Club this season, we are trying to go back to back.
Yeah,
we cannot run the risk of what you're saying right now, because it's a risky business, because it's literally what we did in the club here where we bought no midfielder, because it's like, oh, who do we need in midfield? Like, oh, we don't need anyone in midfield. Like, oh, we got Fabinho, we got Henderson. Start listing off bodies and stuff. There is a difference between depth and quality in depth. With all due respect, Matt brought up a point that we are all completely aware of, that we all know is true, which is we all know it's only a matter of time before Jota goes down and he's holding something, pause, and he's injured. That's just the reality of the Jota situation. Am I a fan of Diogo Jota? Yes, you know this, Tom. From the days of Spaces, by the way, where me and you were arguing for Jota. So you know how much I like Jota. But whether we like it or not, it is a fact that he's injury prone, which means what? I now need depth, which means what? I need players who are going to come in and make a difference, which is why I am not suggesting that we buy John Duran. I'm simply saying let's get him on loan for a season so I can at least have a body in there, Tom. That's all I'm saying. And if I do have a body in there, let's say if Diogo Jota, or when he gets injured, because we know he's very injury prone, now at least I can go, okay, like John Duran, he's not the best striker in the universe. He's not the best striker ever, but guess what? He comes in, he makes an impact. He delivers for me, you know, even if he comes in and guess what, Tom? I don't even need him to score that many goals. Even if he comes in and if we buy him on loan and he scores like 17 goals, all comps in all competitions, that's still a good return for what I'm trying to achieve from him. And also, I'm against this whole logic. I'm also against this whole logic to begin with. Why? Because here's the thing that none of you have mentioned, as you guys have both had this discussion. I've let you both have this discussion, and I enjoyed listening to both of you guys' arguments. But there's something that neither of you mentioned that I think is very lost in this conversation, and we need to mention it more, and we need to highlight this more. Our two best players are both towards the end of their career, meaning the time to strike is now. Whether it is a B tier striker or a C tier striker or a D tier striker does not matter. Why does it not matter? Because I now have 2 more seasons of two of the greatest ever players in their positions in Premier League history. I need to take this lemon and squeeze the living shit out of it, which means I need to ensure and guarantee that for these next 2 years, I'm highly successful. Because guess what? When Salah has to leave, and when Van Dijk has to leave, I'm not saying we're going to have a whole rebuild, but I'm saying replacing Salah and replacing Van Dijk is going to be so difficult that I would expect us, let's say we do really well, and these next 2 years we win 2 Premier Leagues and a Champions League, or 2 Champions League and a Premier League, whatever. The 3rd year where Mo has to go and Van Dijk have to go if they fell off or whatever, then the year after that, we're going to have some form of drop-off. Not necessarily crazy drop-off, but we might go to like 3rd or 4th. Why? Because the right winger is not banging in 30 goals like Mo does. Why? Because the centre backs are not feeling as confident with Van Dijk gone. So I'm looking at these two information, and I'm looking at these players' ages, the fact that they're in their prime of their careers. I'm going to take this lemon and I'm going to squeeze it. I'm going to squeeze it as hard as I can. I'm going to use it like a bar of soap, you know, till the last bit. Because you guys need to deep this. How many centre backs in the history of the Premier League are as good as Van Dijk? Are as good as, or even in his level, or even in his caliber? How many? Rio, Terry, who? Company? Like, even if I'm saying even if they're in the same tier list. So where can I get the next Van Dijk? How many wingers in Premier League history are in the same caliber as Salah? Who? Giggs, Ronaldo, Hazard, no problem. That's 3, that's 4. Now what? How can I go get another player of that caliber? Which is why now, for these next 2 years, since I do have them, let me make the most of it. Even if I can't get Isak, because my problem is, let's say we go like, okay, guys, listen, we're not going to sign a striker because next season we're going to get Isak. Guess what? Players change their minds. Players are not really the smartest because there is a player who chose Chelsea Football Club over Liverpool. So yes, players are not the smartest. So what if Isak stays at Newcastle another year and he changes his mind? What if next summer Lewandowski wants to leave Barcelona and then Isak is now being approached by Barcelona? Now what? See that these are all the hundreds of scenarios that no one knows about. I've spoken about Alvarez last season. Last season, I said, I was live with Hussam X Tom Little. I said, there is a transfer from a rival club that if it happens, it will break the internet. The trade that Manchester City wanted was Luis Diaz plus money for Julian Alvarez. We said no. Correct. Guess what? A summer later, now that they've lived in Madrid for a year, him and his wife, it's been reported, they hate the English weather. They don't want to come back to the country. You have to take advantage. Whether it's Ekitike, whether it's Gyökeres, whether it's whoever. Just bring in a player that's even above average in that position because Manchester City are getting better. Arsenal are getting better if they do get Gyökeres, Rodrigo, whoever. So they are getting better, which is now we need to act smartly. Isak is not the be-all and end-all. I wouldn't even mind getting like Mateta for a year. I wouldn't mind getting Duran for it. Look, see how he loses his mind? Because logic pains him.
No, it's
Mateta,
no logic.
By the
It's
way,
no
chat,
logic.
chat,
Your point doesn't make sense with what you said.
Let me respond. Chat, everyone in the chat. January of 2024. I brought up Mateta. He had an even worse lean back. In the last year and a half, Mateta has outscored every single forward we have other than Salah. He laughed at me from January a year and a half ago. Had we signed Mateta last January like I asked for, we'd won Premier League 2 years in a row, by the way. 2 years in a row. When Nunez and Diaz were missing sitters, Mateta was scoring bangers for Crystal Palace. This guy's laughing. I would rather have Mateta for a year as an option, and then he becomes the backup the year after, than have nobody. Because you want to know what's worse than 2 bang average strikers, Tom? 1 bang average striker.
Right, okay. So, again, your point was we need to strike while the iron is hot. Well, with the last 2 years we've got left of Salah and Van Dijk. Agreed. So, I need to make sure this team is in the best position possible to succeed. If I get a bang average striker, like I've had for the past 2-3 years with the Uruguayan, I am worse off when he plays. My team does not play as well when Darwin Nunez is on the pitch. I have 3 years of evidence to back that up. So, why would I want to do that again by a bang average striker who, for the 3 years that we've had a bang average striker, has made my team worse? When Nunez was a regular starter, we won fuck all. When Nunez wasn't a regular starter, we won the league. So, why would, if I want to strike whilst the iron is hot and make sure that I maximize these 2 years, would I make the team worse? Will I ruin the team's flow and system by getting a bang average striker? My mindset is Liverpool this season played their best football with a false 9 out of 10. So I will stick with that notion because I want us to continue to play our best football. Now, I have bought one of the best 10s, in fact, no, the best 10 on the planet. Someone who can get me 30, 35, even 40 GA in a season. So, when I look at how a front four should be set
40 GA?
Yes, do you not think
the last time number 10 got 40 GA is fucking Kevin De Bruyne and his prime. This is not normal.
Do you not think?
And the one before that was fucking Frank Lampard.
I think we just got to give him time
for a number 10.
Okay. Do you not?
By the way, Matt has even watched more number 10s than me and you both. How many of them get 40 GA? Are you mad?
No, it's true.
Do you not think in a season where Liverpool could be playing close to 60 games, if Florian Wirtz has a mega campaign playing with the likes of Mohamed Salah and McAllister
I
And
think
Diaz
everything
and
would have to go
Gakpo,
right, though, Tom. I think
that's why I
That's
said
why
a
I
mega
have to go
campaign. That's why
That's
I
what
said
I-
anywhere from 30 to 40. 30 is what he's averaged in a better team with better players in a better system. He could boom to 40, which is 20 goals, 20 assists.
But you also got to think as well, even though he's got the 30 GA in the last 2 seasons, he was the main chief creator. Some of that might be subsided now that Salah's going to be there as well. So you might split that as well. So listen, I don't even think we need to worry about Wirtz's numbers per se, because you could look at it as he's either going to be the chief creator or he's going to be the secondary creator. It don't really matter. He will create chances. He will get assists. All we got to do is hope for is that he settles in quickly and he just starts cooking, which I think he will. But I think putting a number like 40, maybe a bit extreme.
That's why I said it was an extreme.
Yeah.
Anywhere to that. I didn't say,
But
he's
I
definitely
just think we got
going
to
to
let
get
Wirtz. We just got to listen. Again, it's hard to kind of.
Hey, yo,
gauge what
watch
he's
this.
gonna do.
Sorry, Matt. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah. No, that's cool, bro.
Would you guys agree, everyone right now, would we all agree, one of the best 10 seasons we ever saw was Ricardo Kaká in 07 when he won the Ballon d'Or? Everyone agree?
100%. Yeah.
He was unbelievable, right? Kaká that season had 29 GA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See what I'm
Stare
saying?
into the abyss. Stare more. You fucking people.
You're trying to make out like
Warren
this is some
Wirtz
mega
is
thing.
gonna get close to 40 GA. Fucking Kaká Ballon d'Or season had 29 GA.
Right, so, okay, you ready for this? Are you ready for this, people? Florian Wirtz's 23-24 campaign. So, the year that he won the league with Bayer Leverkusen.
Yeah, the unbeaten season. Yeah.
Yeah, he got 18 goals and 19 assists. So, me saying he could get 20 goals and 20 assists in a Liverpool team is now the most outlandish thing in the world.
But he
When he
wasn't
got
playing
37.
alongside Mohamed Salah, though. That's the
Bundesliga.
difference. I'm not
Yes,
saying he can't.
This
If
is
Salah's
probably-
going to be what it is, it will happen naturally. Like it's like an NBA in it. Like you get 2 scorers, one of them kind of has to defer. It's a bit like, all right. The only time you probably seen it was Kyrie Irving and LeBron James 2016 finals from game 3. No, what was it? Game 4, 5, and 6 in it. No, sorry, game 5, 6, and 7 last year. Last 3 of them series is when you see them kind of like get 40 points each and whatever. But normally, if Florian Wirtz, for him to do that, Salah won't be creating as much when I think that he will be. So that's why I think like Salah will probably take away some of them numbers, if that makes, which is still fine. I don't think we should be worrying about what Wirtz is going to do.
I get that point, but my point to that is maybe the assists won't be as high, and that's fine. Again, which is why I said 30.
Salah scores, or I'm a madman.
But Liverpool this season, Liverpool this season, I think we all agree, on number 9, whoever it was, did not get good numbers. Whoever it was who played
disagree. When Diaz was playing number 9, even if he didn't get good numbers, he was doing really well. Diaz in the false line was very good. I'm sorry. I'm not going to let you change it.
Right.
And
I'm not
Jota.
trying to- oh my
Jota.
God. Are you fucking thick? I didn't say Diaz didn't play well in the 9. I said he didn't get
So you
numbers.
ask a question and then you get angry. And Jota pre-rib injury was
Answering
good.
the question I didn't answer.
No, I am answering your question. Jota pre-rib injury was also very good.
Oh my God.
Am I saying something crazy?
Yes,
Jota
you are.
pre
No,
the crazy
Tom,
injury
you're
was
crashing
good.
out, but you didn't like let him land. You're
I
crashing,
didn't say
bro.
anything mad.
So Jota pre that injury against
Pre-rib
Chelsea.
He
injury,
said
he was
before
very
the
good,
injury,
yeah.
Jota was playing pretty decent. Might not be numbers, but Jota's playing well, though, if that makes sense.
Bro,
Playing
even
alright,
your
playing
best
alright.
is asking you why are you getting angry.
Right.
And you know he always supports you. Why are you getting mad?
Right. I don't think Jota was playing well. I thought he was playing all right. But my whole point was numbers wise. Because this whole argument started from numbers. I said Florian Wirtz could get 40 GA. Not about whether Florian Wirtz will play well, it's about what he could get numbers wise. So, numbers wise, none of our number 9s this year had good numbers. Our 2 strikers, our 2 recognised strikers, one of them ended the season with 9 goals.
Yeah, the 2 recognised strikers. I think that's what you would. Yeah, the 2 recognised strikers.
And then Nunez got, what was it? This season, I think he got 8 or something. So Nunez got 7.
Nunez got 7.
Nunez got 7. Jota got 9, and Diaz, when he was playing in the false 9, because Diaz's best runs of form came when he was off the left for the most part. The start of the season, when he had that really good run at the start of the season,
he had the great.
He was off the left.
Yeah,
and then at the back end of the season, Gakpo missed the majority of that run because he was coming back from the injury. So against like your Wolves and that. So for the majority of Diaz's best runs, in terms of numbers wise, they came off the left. When he was up front, yes, he performed well. because we wouldn't do what we done and win the league if he didn't perform well in that position.
That's
But
correct.
his numbers, for the most part, when playing in the false nine, were not good. My point is, if I am adding a player, so I'm keeping Dominic Soboslai's numbers, I'm keeping my left winger's numbers, and I'm expecting.
I will keep Soboslai's numbers.
Why will I not keep Dominic Soboslai's numbers?
But Soboslai next season, whether you like it or not, Tom, and you can lean back as much as you want, and you can scream as much as you want, will play a completely different role in this Liverpool side.
If we get a
Whether
striker,
it's
yes,
more
but I'm
offensive or
operating
whether
on the
it's more
basis of
defensive, I don't know. He's just going to play a different role.
You are on the basis that we get a striker. Yes,
Even
I'm
without.
operating- No, if we play with double 10, he plays the exact same setup. He plays the exact same role if we play with a double 10.
I don't think we're going to play with double 10.
But my whole thing is done on that basis. My whole thing is on the basis that we
Yeah,
play
but
with
Slot
a
is
double
not
10.
a tactical like you. Slot is actually a manager.
Yeah. That's why Slot's played false 9, 10 all season. We played with a false 9 all fucking season. But now, Slot's not a tactical.
But that was
way of
also
playing.
nice.
wait,
He had
wait,
no
wait, wait.
choice, though,
So we
bro.
played with a false nine all season. And what does Slot say in the press conference? I wish Diogo Jota was fit all season. Mister, I've done my research on Feyenoord. Who was the striker for Feyenoord, Tom? Go on, tell them. Jimenez. Is he a false nine?
No.
Thank you for coming.
Right, okay.
Go ahead, Matt.
So guess what, guys? You know Jurgen Klopp. You know Jurgen Klopp at Borussia Dortmund was Robert Lewandowski a false 9.
Go ahead, Matt.
No, he wasn't. So why didn't we use that? But why did we not use his 4-2-3-1 at Liverpool when we were successful?
Go ahead,
No,
Matt,
we used a
go
false 9.
Let Matt talk, Tom. The IQ, this conversation is down.
Oh my god.
Go ahead, Matt. Go ahead.
Guess what, guys? Managers can't
I'm trying to
adapt.
think where to
Managers
go
can't
from here,
change.
bro.
Managers can't change, guys. They can't
No,
change.
Tom, I think what it is, yeah, your obsession with wanting to do the whole double 10 thing is kind of making you a little bit blindsided to like.
I
it's
want us to buy a
okay.
top
Let him talk. Let him talk. He's fucking 40 years old, bro. He says one sentence and you're jumping. You're fucking half his age. He's been watching football before you were born when you're in your dad's ball sack still. Let him talk, bro. Fucking hell.
No, it's cool. It's
One
cool. Don't worry,
sentence
don't-
and he's off mute. Stop listening to respond. Listen to fucking understand. I've been teaching you this for the last 3 years of us working. Let the guy talk. Go ahead, Matt.
But I'm finished. What was I gonna say? Now, what it is, yeah, is that there's nothing wrong with what you are saying in terms of that is a way we can play at some points in the season. What me and Hassan have been saying all along for this number 9 thing is, I think we need to get a striker there. He might not be the greatest, but he will be an option that we believe that we will need. Jota is another year into his whole injury cycle, so we don't know what's going on with Jota. Luis Diaz again, is he going to be able to produce the same numbers? I would like to think so, but again, it's more of a, was that just his best season and that will be it? Do you know what I mean? So that reliance on Florian Wirtz now to kind of do the 40 GA, like you said, or the 30 GA becomes even more so because I don't think Salah's going to be able to do exactly what he replicated last year, but I think Salah will probably get close and Wirtz will be there to help him. There's nothing wrong, in my opinion, with us getting a John Duran on loan, not to buy on loan. If it means, only if it means we have an amazing chance of getting Isak next year. If there's no Isak and they're saying, no, listen, nothing's going to change next year, yeah, then obviously, then we have to go and buy a striker, like you say, like an Oshiman. And that's where we're like, do you know what, bro? I think we can all shake hands, cool. Like, that's the striker that we should probably go and get, maybe the most realistic we should get. Would you be cool with that if you know you're not going to get Isak next year? Or would you still want to do the double 10 and wait and see if the market evolves next year? Knowing that there's no guarantees. And like what Sam said, there's only 2 more years left of Salah and Virgil. So it's probably best to kind of extract the best you can now, innit?
I want Liverpool to get a top number 9.
Yeah.
That is what I want. I want us to go out in this market and buy a real top quality number 9. But if we cannot, for whatever reason, get a top quality number 9, I would rather us run double 10 or false 9 and 10, whatever you want to call it, than buy a B rate or C rate striker and try and run the same thing with a worse guy in that position. I would rather commit to the other style of play that we have a lot of experience with this year, with a better player in that position in order to try and maximise his output for a year. I will still want us, after that point, unless we break all sorts of records in the double 10, which probably wouldn't happen, I would still want us to get a striker. But my line of thinking is, if we cannot get the A tier striker, I don't want to settle for the B tier or the C tier. I would rather go back to the system that worked this year. Unless I'm going to change system for the top quality, there's no point in me changing what won me a league.
You see, if we was all right, see if we was to get, say, because I like this striker I'm about to mention. I think Ekatike is a good. I think Ekatike's got fundamentals. I don't think Ekatike is the finished article. He's far from it. 22 years of age. I think he's scored 22 goals in all comps in 48 appearances or something like that. Anyway, yeah. People have said, "Oh, he's not Isak." He's not. Isak is a world-class striker. Isak top 3 in the world, right? Ekatike is one of them. Again, he's seen as a project striker. He has a lot of potential. But let's just say he was to join Liverpool and not for the stupid fee that everyone's been quoting. Let's say that was able to work a bit of magic and get that fee a bit lower. So we're not talking about 85 mil, say 70 mil. Let's just say 70 mil, right? Do you not think it's even worth doing that, knowing that Isak ain't gonna go? I don't like
Ekatike.
What is it that you don't like about Ekatike? Can I ask?
I just think the way he wants to play and his style of play. When I watch from what I've seen of him, it's like when we had Gakpo up front, and I don't see the point in having. If I wanted to play a Gakpo up front, I play Gakpo up front. If I'm gonna run a number 9, I want them to be someone who is confident and comfortable as a lone striker. I don't think Ekatike's best games. I don't think you're going to maximize Ekatike's style of play.
He's more aggressive than Gakpo, you know. I just think that people look at their running style.
It's play style.
Look at their running style. They look the same.
Ekatike wants to get out to the left. Ekatike doesn't want to sit. Ekatike is not the kind of striker who you have and they sit in the box and they're waiting for the opportunity to present itself. And you have everyone.
But neither is Isak though.
Alexander Isak is a unicorn. Alexander Isak can do whatever.
If
you put Alexander Isak in the box, he could do that.
No, he can do it. But what I'm saying is, I think when it comes to playing style, yeah, everyone has a specific playing style. But your playing style can be adapted when you go to a different team. We have to remember, when Ekatike was at Frankfurt, obviously, he was playing up front with Marmoush, yeah? And obviously, you're playing with a better player. So therefore, the link-up play and everything is going to be on par. Marmoush leaves, and now you've literally got no one else there. You haven't got the Kyrie Irving, LeBron James anymore. It's just you. You now have to play differently. You probably have to, you can't probably play at the same level you would like to. At Liverpool, I genuinely think you would thrive. Hear this now. I don't really bring up, I have brought up numbers, so that's a bit of a lie. But Ekatike is 22 years of age, right? At that same age, if I've got this correct, I like to think so. I think Isak was at Sociedad in the 21-22 season. So Isak would have been 22 years of age. Have I got that correct?
It might have been 2021. I don't know.
Is it 2021 or 2022?
Depends how old Isak is now.
Because Isak is now 20. How old is Isak? Is he 25 or is he 26?
He's 25. So he will have been 20. After when he was 22.
Yeah. So what year was that?
He will have been 22 in the 21-22 season.
He's essentially Timo Isak. That's what.
Yeah, that's exactly.
He's not.
I disagree. I don't think
the thing is. Let me say this, Tom. Tom, let me speak. How can you disagree based off of Timo Isak? It's just 2 words. I disagree with 2 words.
Because I don't think he is.
So the reason why I say that is the difference between Ekatike and Sesko is Ekatike is fundamentally sound. That's something that people cannot push to the side. Like Ekatike fundamentally is so good, meaning link up play, passing, bringing people into play, hold up play, like his ability, his first touch. He has all of those things. So I can trust a player who is fundamentally sound to get his conversion rate up. I'll tell you what I mean. Look, the reason why Darwin Nunez and Rasmus Højlund and players of these ilk can never be clinical goal scorers is because they lack IQ and they lack fundamentals, which is why me and Tom completely agree on Sesko. I don't want Sesko anywhere near this football club because Sesko is an athlete, not a footballer. Sesko is about pace and power and running in behind and blah, blah, blah. Now, the difference with Ekatike is Ekitike is fundamentally sound. Meaning, if I bring Ekitike into this team, he will not struggle from a footballing perspective. Yes,
won't
he
live
might
out of place.
have chances. I understand he's not the most clinical. Maybe his conversion rate will only be 20%, 21%, 22%. Nothing crazy, right? But even then, he will still his fundamentals will not allow him to look like some sort of like, you know, like stranger in this Liverpool side. Like he will play next to like Salah, Gakpo, whoever, and they'll pass him the ball and he'll hold up the ball properly. He'll pass it left and right.
You'll trust him.
Yeah, like I trust him just from a pure footballing perspective. Even if I want to do like the whole play out from the back thing, even if I want to evade the press, even if I want someone to just give the ball to, then he holds it up and then he's got two wingers running so he could, you know, give our defense a breather or whatever. I think Ekitike could do that, which is why I think Ekitike, if we can't get Isak and Alvarez is not available, is the best option after that, because he's simply Timo Isak. So he's Isak from Wish. If I created an Isak that's a bit cheaper and shit, it's literally him. He's that guy.
Okay.
So
Yeah, Tom, how old was he, by the way? Did you find out the year? What
Isak
year
was Isak was 22 in the 21-22 season.
All right, so if that's correct, in La Liga for Sociedad, he got 6 goals in La Liga. Overall, in that same season, he got 10. So he got 10 in 41, but he got 6 in 32. But here's the killer. People saw them same fundamentals and just knew that it's only going to be a matter of time. Guess what? The following season, he goes in the 22-23 season, he goes to Newcastle. I can't remember if it was in January, but he got 10 goals. It could have been January. He got 10 goals in 22 appearances in the league. Then the year after, he got 21 in 30. Then this year, 23 in 34. And if you go back over Isak's career, he scored his highest goal scoring exploits were the year before at Sociedad when he got 17 in 34. And this is La Liga. And this is what I'm saying. If we're going to talk about numbers, this is probably Ekitike's best season, right? So he's either going to hopefully get better, or he might do that little drop off that Isak had, and then you kind of go again. Because he's a young striker, 22 years of age. And I get it. Remember, we all want the complete striker. We understand that. But what me and Hassan are saying, bro, this brother here has potential and he could be something very, very serious. What we do not want to do is what we've done it, in my opinion, too many times, is we allow that player to go somewhere else and we're like, flipping hell, bro. Why didn't we go and do that? Oh, I know, because we waited for the market to evolve and nothing happened. That's my argument. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear that argument. So on that point of Ekitike and potential, I don't want to buy a striker with potential if I'm trying to maximize these next 2 years. I want a striker who's going to come in and bang. If I had a bit of a longer period of time, if I had 3 years, 4 years with these two, with Salah and Van Dijk, I'm going for it, because you know what? Let's say he does. Let's say his career path, it's not going to happen, but it follows exactly like Isak. He has the good year at Frankfurt, and then the next year after that is a dip for whatever reason. Let's say that happens. That's the year 1 of 2 of Salah and Van Dijk.
I hear it.
Done. So then I've got 1 year left, and I've got to hope that Ekitike is going to follow in the exact path that Isak is, despite the fact that, yes, whilst Ekitike is a fundamentally sound footballer compared to your Nunez's of this world, which isn't hard. Do I think Ekitike has a similar play style to Isak? Not necessarily. I think Ekitike wants to operate off the left more so, whereas Isak is quite comfortable backing into defenders. Isak's a lot more physical in nature than Ekitike is. Ekitike, from what I've seen of him, which isn't as much as Isak, doesn't want to go up against the centre-back. He doesn't want to win the duels against the centre-back.
He kind of... All right, I've
never seen Ekitike bully a centre-back in the way I've seen Isak bully Saliba this year.
Hassan, I'll need you. I'm glad Tom said that. I thought I would need this at some point. And this ain't like, this is nothing about you, Tom. This is more about the kind of comparison thing, which is what I was going to say. So Hassan, if you could kindly, I've just sent you a picture now of the comparison thingy from what's that website called? F Bravo. Yeah, that one. If you could put that on the screen, Hassan, because I need Tom to see something in particular. I know Tom can see it now, and he's probably thinking, not even thinking, but he might not have noticed.
No, I see what you sent, and numbers wise, it looks similar. But again, it doesn't answer my point.
Yeah, let's put it up on the screen so everyone can see
Yeah,
it here.
and again,
I'm
this
gonna-
isn't because in these kind of conversations, Tom, I don't even think you're wrong. I just think we just see things different.
He's definitely wrong, but I hear you.
No, I wouldn't even.
He is
Even
wrong.
go that far.
You cannot go into next season without a striker just because, oh my god, he is not as good as blah blah blah. That's completely illogical. You need to even have a body in there.
I can know, Hassan, because let's say again, I'm going to ask you about Liverpool Football Club. I'm going to ask you to go through history of Liverpool Football Club.
But wait, before you go to the history, this is what he wanted shared. Here you go, man.
So you know how you're talking about, like, if you look at the aerial duels once, just quickly scroll down, Hassan, a little bit
So
more.
just so
Oh,
everyone knows, Isak is in blue and Ekitike is in red.
Those for me are similarities, bro. Like I know they're not exactly the same.
Which one's the aerial duels one?
So if you got scroll down, Hassan, a little bit. Can you like move the picture kind of down? Right, see the aerial duels one. Look at that compared to Isak. So you saying about Isak isn't as strong as you think, Tom. Isak isn't really a battler like that. Like he will battle a bit, but he more battles on the ground, not in the air. That's what I wanted to say to you. Ekitike actually battles in the air. It might not battle like in terms of like Haaland or like or even Osherman, but it kind of does. Do you know what I mean? But if you look at that, bro, and again, you've got to take into consideration one's playing in a different league, the defenders aren't going to be as good. So I understand all that. But the whole premise is that I do think me and Hassan saying that he's the Timu version of Isak, there's something to it.
I don't think you're wrong on that point, but I don't want to do Timu version of him. I would rather.
I hear that as well, though.
Tier A striker now.
Matt, why do you just say I hear that after you get him? Like after you prove him wrong, you're just like, I hear that.
No, because you know what it is, Hassan. I'm just.
He's wrong. There is no I hear that. There's no I hear that. Man said I hear that.
Speak. I hear what you're saying. I'd say
no, he's wrong.
I
just
agree.
Say it to his face. Tell him.
No,
you're
I don't
wrong.
agree with what he's saying. I hear what there's a difference.
There's nothing to hear, bro. The guy, as things stand right now, Arne Slot has publicly said that he wants a striker. He has publicly described Matheus Cunha. He has publicly said that he wishes Diogo Jota was fit all season. So from publicly, I can tell that the guy really wants a striker. And guess what? The way that he's behaving, when he didn't even give Nunez game time to begin with, it shows me that he's desperate for a striker. Can we win the league again with Jota and Diaz up top? I don't think so. I think that will be really weakening us, because then you would shift the pressure completely to Florian Wirtz. And now I would want my number 10 to score 15 goals for me to win the league. That's the problem. So that's why I don't agree with this at all. I think, listen, we don't have to get Isak. We don't have to get Isak. We can get Ekitike. We can get, players like
Osherman,
that.
That's what I'm saying. We can.
Osherman, yeah. There's so many fucking options.
Very, very dangerous without Isak.
I want Osherman. Like I said, there's 4 strikers that I want.
Yeah.
But the only difference between me and you is if those 4 aren't available, I'm still willing to find a solution, just as Matt said, even as a body, bro. You can't just go into it with absolutely nobody. You need someone there, in case, guess what? You're drawing 1-1 at home to Brentford. It's the 75th minute, and you need a striker up top to help unlock that low block. This is completely normal conversations. Completely normal. And we need someone like that who could help unlock a low block. And when you speak about Ekitike being fundamentally sound, guess what? Ekitike is someone now who can get the ball, hold it up, create space for Mo, create space for Gakpo. So he's fundamentally sound.
But I don't think he's at that level yet. I don't think.
What level?
My point is,
what level when all we're saying is fundamentally sound? That's all me and Matt said, by the way. Fundamentally sound.
Because there are low. Right, so we are saying fundamentally sound compared to Nunez and Højlund, who are dog shit. You know who else is fundamentally sound?
And Sesko.
And Sesko. But there are a lot of fundamentally sound strikers who are not at the level that I want. Because do you know what my difference is? If we had not bought Florian Wirtz, I am 100% on board with getting this complete forward, because I know I'm going to need my number 9 to do a bulk of the creativity work. But I have went and bought one of the most creative players on the planet. So you know what I think I have the luxury of now? I think I can get a striker who doesn't necessarily need to be averaging 30 passes and dropping into all these fantastical positions. If I'm buying a striker and I've got Wirtz in behind and I've got Salah on the right, I feel I need to buy a striker whose strong suit is sitting within the 18-yard box and putting the ball in the net at an obscene rate. Which, if you're looking for Ekitike to do that, I think that is a waste of Ekitike because that's not Ekitike's game. Ekitike is not the guy who
Retegi can do that.
Retegi can now because he got 25 goals this season doing that.
Retegi will struggle from a physical perspective in the Premier League 100%. He will not be able to handle the physicality of this league. There is no difference between signing Retegi and when Southampton signed Osvaldo.
I don't even really watch Retegi, so I can't really.
There is first of all, there's a massive difference. Matteo Retegi is...
You're way too young for Osvaldo. Way too young.
I don't know about
I'm
Osvaldo.
not too young for Osvaldo. I remember Osvaldo.
You don't know the days
You don't know about Osvaldo, Graziano Pelle. You don't know about them boys. You don't know about them guys.
I was born in 2001, not 2011. I know about Danny Osvaldo and Graziano Pelle. I know about Gabby Dini. Yeah.
Oh shoot! So that means you didn't even see the UEFA Cup then when we won.
Yeah.
When we won the treble. Flipping no. Yeah.
I've watched it back, obviously, but I didn't see it live.
Just did his research.
Hold on, Champions League 2005. You was 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Flipping out. Hey, that's crazy. Still, you said that's crazy.
So for me,
let me.
I personally feel that Retegi would handle the physicality.
We get it. Can I just read these super chats, and then I know Matt has school run. Matt, you have school run, right?
Yeah. Literally, at 3, I literally got to go because I got to take.
Yeah, okay. So let me just read these super chats, and then we'll talk about Andy Robertson for a bit. And if that fraud joins, he joins. If not, whatever. Anyway, guys, how do we have 1,500 people in here? We're not even at 500 likes yet. Where is your shame? Like literally, mine and Matt's like throats are dry from arguing with this fraud for the last hour. So you get me. So like and subscribe right now. Everyone, please hit the like button and subscribe. The Matt One Show, the Sanderson Show, Kopish, and Tom Little with a 1 is in the description. Go give them all a subscribe, guys. Come on, let's get the likes up. Everyone, please like and subscribe now. Big up to David says, stay safe. Osam. Also, Matt, stay safe in Peckham.
In Peckham? What?
Are you from Peckham?
No. Peckham. No,
isn't Peckham where all the Man United fans live? That's why they say Peckham Reds.
I
genuinely don't know, bro.
Fairs.
Man said Peckham, you know. I ain't been Peckham.
That's the joke they made on.
I was gonna say I ain't been Peckham for a minute. Maybe there's a joke or something in there. I don't know, bro. Not even Brixton. Not even Brixton.
Big up Ad LFC who says ربنا معاك يا اخوي حبيب قلبي تسلم يا Ad. Big up to you حبيبي. Big up to CNIX who says best collab based on LFC content. Big up from DXB. Shout out to my Dubai people. You get me? Shout out to the UAE, the country where I grew up. Big up to the United Arab Emirates. You know, appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. Big up to Jack who says it's gonna be Watkins and we're gonna have to like it, is what Jack is saying.
Fuck it now. He's on the Sesko level, by the way. Watkins is on like the Sesko. I do not like Ollie Watkins whatsoever.
I hate Sesko. I hate Watkins.
I've still not forgiven Watkins for his performance against City in that 3-2 loss when we lost the
also,
title.
Jack, respectfully, not everything that Josh said is facts. Just chill, brother. Big up to Whitney who says, get that Nunez jersey. Hell will freeze before I get the Nunez jersey. Like actual hell will turn into snow before I get it. Big up though.
Nunez jersey, you know.
Fuck's sake, Mr. Litter, where is your lawyer to clean up after you? His lawyer has disappeared. Stopped responding to his text messages as well.
That actually is a pause, you know. Look, the last bit. That's a pause. That is a pause.
We had to at least play it for 10 seconds.
Yeah, we had to. Yeah. We had to kind of like,
It's better to have options than not have them. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Muhammad, bro. That's literally what I was saying. It's better to have some options than have no options.
To have none at all.
But guess what? We've got options with Diaz and Jota.
Shut your mouth, Tom.
No.
Big up to Ed who says...
You're just rage baiting.
Yeah, you're just taking the piss.
That's not rage baiting.
In the words of Flawless, you're just taking liberties. That's what he used to say. You get me? So don't take the liberties.
If I can't buy, I'm going to piss people off here. If I can't buy a top striker this summer, if I can't buy one of the top 4 or 5 strikers this summer, I would rather I would rather spend 30 million quid on Malik Fofana than 70 million quid on Ekatike. That's what I'd rather do.
Man said we need a striker, so go buy another left winger. I hear it. Yeah, I hear it, Tom. Yeah.
The president has just announced that we have caught and compromised to a permanent end Osama bin Laden.
You're literally a football terrorist. You are literally the terrorist of football.
Man said we need a new front door. You know what? I'm going to buy a TV instead. Man said someone kicked off the door. Don't worry about it. I'm going to buy a TV. I can't deal with Thomas.
Left wingers at Liverpool Football Club. Diaz, Gakpo, Chiesa, Jota, Malik Fofana.
Even Wirtz can play left.
Even Wirtz can play left wing. Even
So we got to buy another left winger.
7 left wingers. Let's go.
Nah. What are we doing, Hassan?
You're so intelligent, Tom. I honestly, you're genuinely you're so above us in knowledge. Me and Matt know nothing compared to you. Honestly, you're so up here, up here. Hey guys, we need a striker. Let's go get a fucking left winger.
Yeah.
Look, I know you're on a new leaf where you're not trying to not hold grudges, but I haven't, and I need a Ray ban fund and his kink where he has to get put down to get his rocks off. He needs to go. Listen, we said we're going to be forgiving this summer. Feel free to send in more 1610s and insult him, and we will laugh at him together. You get me? But khalas, this is a new era. Also, sorry, Mateta is better than
over. You've held a grudge with me since the start of this stream.
Yeah, listen, it's a new age of this channel. I'm not holding grudges anymore. We're not doing any of that shit anymore. We're just peaceful people now.
You've held a grudge with me this entire stream.
Yeah, but because you're displaying stupid opinions. Yeah.
And I think I'm spot on.
Anyway, speaking of criminals. Hello, Callum. Only an hour and 20 minutes late. Thank you for joining us.
Told you in advance.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you hopping on. Very timely.
You're
fashion.
worse than them teachers at school that just want to embarrass the students.
Tom, shall we appear on Kopish at 2:20? Shall we do this on Friday?
No, Carl, we done the same thing to me as well. I was 10 minutes. Imagine, yeah. I said I was going to be 10 minutes late, yeah. Has some voice messages me, yeah. And it's like, brother, I'm just here to tell you, it's now gone past 10 minutes. It's now 11 minutes. Is something going on? Where are you?
I thought we were just doing these super chats and ending because we got school run.
No, but Callum doesn't have to do school run now.
Oh, does he not have to?
Not today. I've got
a bit of time.
So we're going to talk about Robertson with Callum. You get me? So, yeah.
See, look at Tom stirring the pot already. Look at him.
You want to know why he's trying to stir, bro? This brother's takes today have been absolutely horrendous.
I think you mean absolutely spot on.
Absolutely horrendous.
Well, give me a flavor. What did he say?
He said he'd rather sign Malik Fofana for 30 million than Ekatike. He said if we can't get any of the top 3 strikers, he wouldn't sign any striker.
Top 5. I said
top 4. Don't lie. Don't lie. He said
who's
top
your top
4.
5, Tom? Who's your top 5?
No, he said top 4.
I said top 4, but you can have Jokeres on the maybe list. Isak, Alvarez, Osimhen, Retegi.
She said if you can't get none of them 4, we shouldn't buy a striker. We should do the double 10, Cal.
Also, Callum was spotted on an LFC show yesterday saying FSG in, so we'll address that in a bit. Big up Zohaib, who says, sorry, Tom, Mateta's better than Darwin. He shows composure. Exactly. It's not difficult.
I genuinely think I could find a League One level striker who's better than Darwin. We are not using Darwin as the benchmark.
You said Nunez will score plenty of goals, and you fell in love with him.
Because the drowning man will drag others with him.
How about Vlahovic? Yusuf? I'm not taking Vlahovic at all, brother. At all. I am not a fan. Big up to Anfield Road says, is Alvarez not possible? I'll not give up on the dream, but as things stand, it's becoming more difficult dream. You get me? No club spent 100 million in a row or season.
Would you prefer Alvarez or Isak, Hassan?
Alvarez.
Okay, first.
I think Alvarez
is well in it.
Best striker in the world for 7 years in a row type thing.
You think Alvarez has?
Yeah.
Been the best striker in the world for the last 7 years?
No. I think he has the potential to be the best striker in the world for like 7 years. If he plays for Liverpool, and plus, if we sign Alvarez, I think that will minimize like when Mo has to eventually be moved on. We'll feel a lot more comfortable having someone like that in our team. I'll be honest with you. So, Tom, we have to upgrade on Nunez, not replace Isak, is what Promo's saying. Fact.
Yes,
Fact.
but upgrading on Nunez is not hard. But that doesn't mean I should just accept the bare minimum. I have a standard that I want for my number 9 if I'm going to buy one.
Yeah, he has a standard. That's why I wanted Mason Mount. Big up to 20 times who says false 9 is a workaround and not always a norm. Go get a number 9 who will share the goal load. Then Tom, get a haircut to listen better and come off that closet. Yeah, because he's always doing this. But that's
Tom, did you want Rodrigo? Was it Muniz from Fulham or something?
Yes, that was rage base. That was rage base.
You're actually arguing. I'm not taking
You
that.
sure, Tom?
Yes, because guess what? It's very easy to anger you when I say stuff
Tom,
like
did you do a
Rodrigo Muniz.
breakdown on your channel where you put Ekatike as a striker? You talk about getting Ekatike earlier in the summer as well, though. Oh my God, mad.
That was in like February when I was doing
Did
another
you do that?
one.
Was that you? Was that someone else's channel?
I didn't do a breakdown when he was up front on my channel. I posted that photo on Twitter where I had like 10 youngsters.
Yeah, he did.
So wait there. So just correct me if I'm wrong. At one point, did you want Ekatike at Liverpool?
Yes.
Not really. No, that one was just a rage bait.
Do you know what? I
Do you not remember?
Lying. I would play the video. Don't make me play the video.
Hey, wake up. It's me. It's me, Tom. I know you're lying. I remember because we used to have conversations about Ekatike.
I don't want Ekatike. Guess what? The more I watch him, the more I don't want him.
No. All jokes aside, what changed though? So I know at one point you did. All jokes aside, I remember you saying to me because we used to have a conversation about it, you were like, he's good, but like, he's a bit like me, a little bit unsure. But
the things that changed.
Yeah, because you can change your mind. That's the thing. You're allowed to change your mind.
Frankfurt ain't played in like a month.
But don't lie and say you didn't.
For how many months? But I wasn't. He wasn't ever my top target. Fucking hell. Like I said, there's a lot of strikers who are better than Nunez. But for me, the way my stance is, I have a 2-year window. I do not think Ekatike in these next 2 years is going to be this great striker. Therefore, I don't see the point in spending big money on a striker this time period where it's not going to be utilised properly. Because like you said, we've done the Isak breakdown. If he's going to follow a path similar to Isak, there's a good chance he has a bit of a wobble in the next couple of years.
He might not, but I hear what you said and what I said, yeah.
Comparison, there's a chance there's a bit of a wobble. At least I'll say, he's had one really good year in his career. But do I expect him to transition from that one really good year in his career at Frankfurt directly over to the Premier League and continue those numbers at a very high level? I don't. For me, if I want to maximise the next 2 years, I want a world-class striker. If I'm not going to get that world-class striker, then for me, the best situation is to run false 9 and number 10 again. Whether that be Wirtz and Superchats, or you go and buy another one, and then you run a similar style of play like you did this season with the new fullbacks coming in, and you run that. Because I think that is better than trying to adapt the system to fit a number 9 who isn't at a good enough level. Because when we've done that with Darwin Nunez, where we adapted the system for a number 9 who isn't at a good enough level, Liverpool got worse.
Tom, you know better than to not fuck with this toxic community.
Hugo Ekatike's done it for half a season, and yet people are all over him. I do not.
Watch again. Watch. What who Tom has in his. This is how.
Yes, do you not remember? Do you not see?
1 second. This is how you retain a title.
We're in the same.
Hugo Ekatike's done it for half a season, and yet people are all over him. I do not. Do you not
see the same kit? You're wearing the same kit. I knew it.
Do you not see the bait in that team? Bro, I've replaced any backups with young 20-year-olds.
What kills it is you're wearing the same kit.
Yes, but when I'm wearing that kit, I'm saying I don't want Ekatike. The video is me saying I don't want him.
Tom, can I ask 2 questions?
Firstly, the first said you don't want him, but then you're going to put him in your lineup builder.
That was done to piss people off. Why do you not understand my piece?
No, it was not your full
using
of
that as an
shit.
Can I ask a question?
When you done the sorry, Cal, just quickly. When you
Go.
done the Fulham striker, Muniz, I knew that's when you was trolling. I could Ekatike, you was not trolling.
No, that entire lineup is me trolling. Look at that entire lineup. Stop
You're
trying
a
to
liar.
gaslight me.
You're a liar.
That entire. I will go for. Do you want me to find that lineup?
You're a liar.
Lineup.
You're doing prop for Nico Paz the whole time. Allow it.
Exactly.
Yes,
Look at the backups.
You're a
Look
liar.
at the backups in that team.
You're a liar.
Can I ask you a question, Tom? You see that you say Ekatike has only done it for a season, which I agree with. Could the same not be said about Retegui as well?
You could try and push that, yeah. Retegui done it in the Argentinian league as well, which is what I give him a bit of credence for.
Retegui at Genoa got 7 goals in the league in 29 matches.
Yeah, Genoa weren't good.
Yeah,
and he went the lead number 9 there. So I think
at Teleres Cordoba, he got 6 goals in 38 games.
And then the year before that,
he got 1 goal in 11.
No, he didn't. Okay, so the stats just aren't lining up there because he got 22 goals in Argentina in one season.
Tom, how is Retegui ready now is what Dale John is saying, because he's saying Retegui had 1 good year, but he's in your top 5.
So
I'm not. I actually rate Retegui, but I'm just saying
because you know what you've done there, Cal. You've missed Tigre. You've skipped. So when he was at Tigre,
Tigre is in Mexico. You bum, not
sorry, Mexico.
Yeah, we're talking about Tigre. Yeah, that's the Mexican.
No, it's not. It's not. It's an Argentinian team.
Yes,
no, Tigre is a Mexican team.
No, 2020 in 2023 he got 11 goals. In 22-23 he got 22 goals in the league.
Hold on,
but that's the Argentinian.
There is a different type of Tigre. There's 2 types of Tigre.
No,
Argentinian Tigre.
Is it Tigre? I can't remember.
In Italy, though, Tom, he got 7 in his first season at Genoa.
Yep.
And then this season he got 25 for Atalanta. So he's only had 1 good season in Europe.
He's had 1 good season in Europe out of 2, and he had 2.
He's 25 now. Whereas Isak, Alvarez, they've got multiple good seasons in Europe.
So
even Kerkez as well got multiple good seasons in Europe. They're obviously
Portuguese league.
No, but I mean, how did Retegui do in the Champions League or the Europa? Champions League this season, he got 3 goals. In the Europa,
he's played Europa League football.
So listen, guys, I'd love to be here to finish this conversation.
For me, I just think.
Tom, can fucking Matt say bye in peace?
Okay, I was answering Cal's point. So,
he was just saying bye, bro. He can't even say bye-bye to the people. Thank you, Matt, for joining us today.
Listen, brothers, enough love each and every time. Love to you all. Tom, don't worry about it, bro. But just stop lying. Big up yourself, man.
You're gonna leave me to struggle with these 2 now for this next fucking class.
You'll get through it, bro. Don't worry. You'll be all right.
Yeah, I just say my favorite member of Kopish. I'll say that to your fucking face. Now what?
Oh, bro. Not even a hidden agenda, bro.
No, there is no hidden nothing. Matt is my favorite member of Kopish. Hold that. And yesterday, Matt was cooking with the Osimhen Isak thing, but you were all trying to laugh for no fucking reason.
No, that's because Matt knew what he was doing. And Matt,
you both are laughing.
Listen, can I
One
just
guy
leave
said his the day he dies. The other guy backed Nunez for 2 years, and you're laughing at Matt.
Man?
Allow it, bro.
In a bit.
Allow it, bro. Big up, Matt.
You are such a gaslight.
Why do you always say big up sounds so funny is what George is saying? I don't know. It's just a thing. You get me? We're just speaking. Big up. Ray said we should let City buy Wirtz. You don't know what else Ray said?
By the way, can I just say the 2 girls below us are looking 16 out of 10s today, both of them.
That clip always kills me. It's Flawless, his face that does it for me. Flawless looks like, bro, what? What are you doing, bro? That clip is horrendous.
I think Ben White, better than Rat, should be taking off Cal's crime list out of spite for the Rat.
And I just get it up. I never once said Ben White is better than Trent. I said I wanted Trent to, under Klopp, by the way, I wanted Trent to move into midfield because him doing the inverted situation at Liverpool was hindering the rest of the team. So I said, why not just put Trent in midfield, get a proper right back in, and then let Trent have the freedom rather than giving him this free role at right back, which was dragging Konate over, dragging Virgil over, dragging Robbo over, meaning Salah was having to play wider and less time near to the goal. It was never Ben White is a better right back than Trent. I just want to clear that up.
There's no need to clear it up anyway now. Everyone hates Trent, so we're good. No need to clear it up. With all due respect, disrespect, Newcastle fans need to tone down. Yeah, Newcastle fans need to tone down. They're all so angry. We're not trying to get Prime Suarez. Your Lexus is safe. He's a good striker. Calm the fuck down, eh? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just calm down, mate. Calm down, you know? No one trying to... So what's the Indica La Bomba?
Can I ask you both a question I asked on Copies yesterday? Hassam, you might have seen it.
Indicalia said, exclusive, Alexander Isak wants to play for Liverpool Football Club and it's his dream to link up with Mo Salah and Florian Wirtz. Isak's agent has been informed. Liverpool ideally would need the player to request a transfer away from Newcastle. Hugo Ekitike's backup plan only.
It's his dream to play Florian Wirtz and Salah. Dream. Wirtz just got here, bro.
No, Wirtz isn't even here yet. Wirtz isn't here. We don't have Wirtz.
It's his dream to play alongside Salah. I'd be like, okay, fair enough. But playing alongside Salah and Wirtz, yeah, Indy's trying to get up them impressions in that engagement. I rate it.
Fair.
Question, guys.
Obviously, just before you do that, what is it related to? What's the top theme?
Isak and
Go ahead.
You see, obviously we want Isak or Alvarez as our top two, but there might be a situation where we might have to wait to try and get one of those until next summer. Hear me out here before you both cuss me out. Would you run with Jonathan David on a free and keep Diaz and have them two rotators? This is not a safe space. This is what I mean. This isn't a safe space. It's not a safe space. This is not an environment where you can come on and be open with your friends. This is not a safe space.
No, not with Sam. No, I'll be honest. I don't like Jonathan David.
This is not a safe space.
Jonathan David's got a major red flag for me, Cal. Fabrizio Romano was paid for 4 years to find him a new club, and he's left on a free because no one wanted to buy him. And you'd always see these Jonathan David got 20 goals in League One this year. And then you go watch the comps, and about 17 of them are deflections.
They're not. That's not true, though. I've actually watched his comps. They're not deflections.
They're not good finishes.
He's actually got a good catalogue of goals.
I don't see it, Cal, personally. It's not. Don't get me wrong. It's not it's not horrendously bad. But it's like a B tier, C tier striker.
I know I get that, though, but... Jamie, bro. How are you gonna turn on me, Jamie, bro? Of all people to turn on me, Jamie's turning on me. Nah, this is a dark space, man. This is a dark. You know, I just keep my opinions and my thoughts to myself. And now it's not a safe space. I've realized. Sorry for asking a question, guys. It's not a safe
apology,
space.
Not accepted. Anyway, so let me ask you guys the question about a different situation. Big up to everyone locked in, guys. We do have 1,400 people in here. Let's get the likes up. Everyone, please like the video. Everyone, please subscribe. Yeah, we want to talk about the left back situation. Robertson headed to Atleti, and Kerkez twerking for us on a podcast. Callum, you're the expert. Talk to me, brother.
The Kerkez, look, as Liverpool fans, because we're getting the good side of this, we're not going to see it as anything bad. But if you actually break it down, what Kerkez has done is pretty disrespectful to Bournemouth. If we're going to be completely honest about it, if the roles reversed and a Liverpool player did this, we'd be fuming. But again, we're football fans, we're tribalistic, we're hypocritical, so we turned a blind eye to it. But the fact of the matter is, had it been a Liverpool player that did this, I'd be hitting the roof. But what can I do? In terms of Robbo, look, Robbo is an absolute legend, not just a Liverpool legend, a Premier League legend. In my opinion, he's the second best left back to grace the Premier League behind Ashley Cole. Irwin was another one who was fantastic as well. But for me, Robbo pips it. In terms of
second best left back
in Premier League era, yeah, for me.
I don't think he's even our best left back
in the Premier era. Wait, Tom, I've got this one. In the Prem era.
Yeah.
Who's better than him in the Prem era?
John Arnerisa.
I'm on.
Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. No,
let's go. Let's leave him by himself,
remove
bro.
me.
Let's
Remove me
leave
off
him
the
by
screen.
himself, bro.
Remove
So
me
you're
off the
telling me
screen.
John Arnerisa? So John Arnerisa in the Klopp system wouldn't have gotten more assists, more goals, more everything.
No, he wouldn't have.
You're so full of it. You know how good John Arnerisa.
He would know he'd have got more
Hello.
goals. He wouldn't have got more assists.
He definitely would have got more assists flying that high up
Oh,
the
he
pitch.
wouldn't have. You'd have got more.
He was
goals.
unlucky playing for Benitez, who's defensive. Me and you
So
both.
what about
know that.
Houllier? What about Houllier? He played under Houllier as well.
No, he didn't. He played under Houllier for like what, a year?
He still played
3
under
years. He played under Houllier for about 3 years.
Sam,
No,
bro,
he did
what are we
not.
doing there?
Yes, he
check it
did.
now.
Houllier
No,
left in 03-04. I'm pretty sure Risa joined in 01-02.
Yeah, Hassam, Tom's right, Hassam. Houlier's last.
I weren't
season
even
was-
born when
he
Risa joined, and I know that.
2001.
Hassam.
Yeah, but so what? He played like 1 year for Houllier then.
3.
No, he played 3 seasons.
01-02, 02-03, 03-04. Do I need to do counting with you? This is 1. This is 2.
Anyway.
This is 3.
Regardless, John Arnerisa for me is the best left back I've seen in Premier League era.
In the Premier League era, full stop.
For Liverpool, bro.
Oh, I was about to say.
Robertson is not even top 3 in Premier
I'm gonna
League
be
era.
real with you. You're not gonna like this. Risa can't even really speak to Leighton Baines, if I'm gonna be honest.
Oh God!
Cal,
I don't even think Robertson is top 3 in Premier League history.
Who then? Who?
which left back have you got?
Ashley
above
Cole,
Andy
is,
Robertson?
Ashley Cole is number
Ashley,
1.
apart from Ashley Cole, who?
Yep, Ashley Cole.
Number 2 is Dennis Irwin.
Oh, move out, man.
He's
Move
picked-
out, bro.
Chat, he's picked the United player over a Liverpool player. When I done that, I got crucified. Look at him. Boo him.
You know
Boo
what?
him.
Irwin's a conversation, but I don't have him above.
Number
Robert.
3 is Patrice Evra.
Oh, behave yourself, bruv. You're mad. You're mad, bruv. Have you brought me on to rage bait me? Is that what you've done?
Oh my
No,
god.
I'm not
Oh my
rage
god.
baiting you.
No, you're
Chat,
smoking
chat,
good,
chat.
bruv.
I don't think Robertson is as good as
Get
you
this
guys
man.
make out.
Get this man.
I thought you were just smoking cigarettes, but there's something else you're smoking, bro. What are we doing there?
I'm not smoking anything.
Oh my god. Andy Robertson has the second most assists out of any defender in Premier League history.
I can't believe Hassam's just done this.
Andy Robertson. Do you want to know what it was? Andy Robertson was always the more reliable one out of him and Trent. For the
course
years
he
that we
was.
were good, he was the more reliable one.
Oh my
Andy
god,
Robertson
I've been
in our
saying this for
pomp.
years. Robbo's been our best fullback under Klopp.
Yes.
He's our best fullback under Klopp. Trent was the more glamorous one, but Robbo was the best. Defensively, us in Robbo's prime, the only person I saw give him problem defensively was Serge Gnabry. That's the only one. Everyone
And that was
else
only for a
dealt with.
game. That was only
One
one
game. Everyone else dealt with fine. Assists on point, defending on point, positional play on point. What are we doing here, bro?
And Andy Robertson, for about 4 years, never dropped below a 7 out of 10. For 4 years straight, he was the most reliable piece in that defence. Very rarely injured, always providing the attacking threat, always solid defensively. I never saw Dwight McNeil get the better of Robertson in the way that I saw Dwight McNeil tear apart the rat at right back for years. Andy Robertson
is
was
a
the
good
gold
player,
standard
but
for a
he's
fullback.
nowhere. He's not that high up the list anyway.
In what
But
way?
regardless, he's,
In what way was Patrice Evra a better player than Andy Robertson?
Guys, that's not the debate. I'm not going to sit up here and debate for a United player. It's just my opinion.
But you've just argued that he's better than Robertson, so no, you're going to sit there and we're going to do it. How is Patrice Evra better than Robertson?
I will not argue for a United player. I just stated my opinion. Anyway, let me. So back to the topic. Robertson is gone. Callum, can you speak
Are you
about
asking me,
Robertson?
would I sell him or would I keep him?
What do you mean you would sell him or keep him? He's gone now.
No, you think it's definitely happening, yeah?
Yeah. His agent is Trent's brother. We need to put the fries on the bag on that Robertson thing. He's gone. bro.
So, do you know, I really want to ask a few questions, but I don't want to ask them on stream.
Ask.
Nah, I can't.
Ask. There is no such thing as you can't.
No, I just, it's going to turn a conversation into a madness.
No,
Especially
ask.
in the
No
chat.
problem. Ask. Ask, Andy.
If people are saying Trent's been a bit slimy because he's been engineering a move, has Robbo been doing the same if he was offered to Real Madrid in February and You know about the Atletico thing?
Robo Defense League is over here. You can ask him.
No, I genuinely am asking a question here because I've heard Trent called every name under the sun. I'm just asking a question here.
Mm-hmm.
If he knows about this situation from February, he's not spoken about his situation. Whenever he's been asked in an interview about next season, he's like, I back myself to play. I also, you know, can't wait to play alongside Wirtz and stuff like that. He knows there's a new left back coming. Like, and he knows his agent is trying to organize and orchestrate a move where he leaves Liverpool for free a year earlier than his contract expires.
So we're doing a lot of hypotheticals in this situation.
I mean,
the one consistent thing is the agent. The agent is the one consistent thing here.
But the agent won't behave in a certain way unless the client wants that, right?
And says, do I think Andy Robertson wants the move at this point? Yeah, I think he does.
So why is it? Again, I'm just.
I love the fact you completely changed Callum's question here just to avoid.
Because Callum's question was about 5 and 1, so I'm trying to go through each of them.
Do I think Robertson wants the move? He never asked that.
Shall I tell you what it is? I'm all about consistency, innit? So I got called a Trent sympathizer in all this because I kept on saying I think there's more to the story than what we're being led on to. I've also said that he has been snaking some of the things that he's done. Him learning Spanish and all that. I don't think it's taken him 2 years to learn what he said. I think he read off a script, remembered it, and said it, which still takes a few months. But I don't think he's been taking Spanish lessons for the last 2 years behind the scenes.
No, it's been 4 years, Cal.
It hasn't. All right. Okay, we'll agree to disagree.
Is the Duolingo account with the 500-day streak, mate? It's proof.
Okay, but my thing is, if Robbo's agent is acting like this on his behalf, why are we not upset with Robbo if this news has come out and it is what it is?
So if it comes out that Andy Robertson has told his agent force through a move for free, then I'll be sitting there going, I think that's a shit way to go. But the difference is, I don't think Andy Robertson has been engineering a move for 2 years. I don't think Andy Robertson has been trying to work this through. I think the way they are leaving is entirely different. Andy Robertson, rightly or wrongly, is looking at Milos Kerkez coming in and going, I'm not being a backup.
Can I say something, Tom? There's never been any proof to suggest that Trent engineered a move for 2 years.
No, it's just the fact he signed a 4-year deal and then has been talking to Real Madrid for about 2 years.
Again, no proof. So you did say I said a lot of hypotheticals. That's a hypothetical as well. There's actually no proof of that.
Right. Okay. So
once again, I'm not trying to defend.
At most, he's been right. So at the bare minimum, that he's been engineering a move for a year because that was when reports first came out.
So basically, what I get from this is Trent's in his prime and Trent's scouse. That's why everyone's upset. But because Robbo's not scouse and because Robbo's at the end of his career and not playing as well, no one really cares that he's leaving.
No, again, yes, and on a baseline level, yes. I don't know why you're shocked about that. I don't know why you're shocked about that. I don't know why you're sitting there going, that's a shocking revelation.
Again, this is why I say, like, and again, I'm not even holding up a mirror to everyone. I'm holding up a mirror to all of us fans. I mentioned the Kerkez thing. I've just mentioned this now. Why are we so hypocritical? Why can't we just call out our own BS?
Football fans are hypocritical.
No, but we should still be able to call out our own BS, though. Why are we not sitting there going, Kerkez has been mad disrespectful to Bournemouth, you know?
I said that today.
Tom did say it at the start of the stream, to be fair.
No, but I bet there was no energy about it.
But no, there was energy. He did say it.
I even put out a tweet about it when I saw the photo of him signing a Liverpool shirt, going, I'm really hypocritical.
You were an hour and 20 minutes late, so I didn't hear what he said at the
start. so 14 hours ago, I tweeted, I'm really hypocritical. Kerkez doing this as boss, if not slightly unnerving how desperate he is for this move. When it was the rat in Madrid doing his version of this, though, I was livid. So I acknowledge I'm hypocritical. The Robertson situation is different than the Trent situation because I don't feel Robertson has been engineering a move for minimum 1 year to get out of Liverpool and do it where, you know, Liverpool don't get any benefit from it. I don't think Robertson, again, if it comes out that he has done, I'll apologise. But I don't think Robertson has went to his agent and went, tell them to let me go for free. I don't think he's done that. I think this is another case.
Whether it's been a year engineering or since February, Tom, isn't it still bad?
No, because it's entirely different.
But Tom, he's got a year left on his
Andy
contract.
Robertson's not led this football club on into believing he's going to sign a new deal.
He also hasn't led the club into believing he wants to leave either. But Tom, my
I'm
whole
pretty sure
thing
he
is,
has done by talking to them.
no, but Tom, my thing is he's got a whole year left on his contract, and his agent, who's working on Robbo's behalf, is trying to get him out of the club this summer.
But again, I don't. Again, this is the crux of the argument. I don't think Robertson's went to his agent and said, "Tell him to let me go for free." I don't think he's done that.
But he stopped his agent because all right. If
I don't think Robertson sits in on every conversation. This is the same thing, Cal. This is the same, and this is why I was going to bring it back to this point. The agency is the common point in this. The same agent done it with Jordan Henderson. The same agent done it with Trent Alexander-Arnold. The same agent is trying it again with Andy Robertson. The agent is trying to leverage the player's legendary status with the fan base and within the club to say, "Oh, just let him go. Let him leave on his own terms," type thing. When that isn't the right way to do it, and if that is what happens, I will be angry. But I don't think Robertson's sitting there telling his agent, "Oh yeah," because I don't think Henderson done it. That's the thing. I don't think Henderson told his agent, "Tell him to let me go for free." I think that's the agent trying to go, "Look, I'll leverage it," and then that extra cash, we all know where that's going. So for me, I don't think this is the same as Trent Alexander-Arnold. No, I think Andy Robertson, when all the Milos Kerkez stuff was happening, rightly or wrongly, has went, "I can't be arsed being a backup at 32 with 1 year left on my deal. I can't be arsed spending a year being a backup for Milos Kerkez, so I'm not going to be in a battle. So I'm going to move to somewhere where I'm going to be the starter." Trent Alexander-Arnold was being offered the highest wage out of any English player in the division to stay at the football club, and he still chose to leave after a year and a half of this.
Hypothetical. That's a hypothetical.
It's not hypothetical. The reports are there that he got offered the most out of any English player.
And there's also reports saying that Wirtz was going to get over 300k a week, and we know that's not the case as well. So
yes, the reports I'm talking about where he was going to be offered the most are coming from the same people who say Wirtz is not on 300k a week. So I'm just keeping it consistent with who's reporting.
Again, this is why, look, in the chat, once have you heard me defend Trent once today? You've not heard me defend him. I'm just asking why it's so different with Robbo. And I'm not even saying I want Robbo to be abused or anything. And again, the common denominator is the agent. But I'm saying, where is the parity?
Are you getting more like dividends from this Trent deal if you keep this up? Are you getting like a second villa in Spain for this?
Remember, I've been Trent's most critical person as a footballer at Liverpool, and I've said for a while I didn't want him at right back. My whole thing is, I don't get our fan base sometimes in the sense of we are very easy to pick up on something and just run with it rather than thinking for ourselves a lot of the time. I'm not defending Trent today. I've not said anything to say that Trent's right, Trent's done right. I'm saying we're sitting here saying it's calm because if Robbo was 26 and in his prime, would it make a difference?
It'd be a bit different, but I still don't think
we're not being honest with ourselves then.
Football fans aren't honest with themselves. I don't know why this is like a brand new revelation to you that football fans are hypocritical. Football fans, or I'll only speak for myself. I'm not going to put anyone else in my situation. I look at Liverpool and I want what's best for Liverpool. So Trent Alexander-Arnold leaving for free after engineering a move for over a year and meaning Liverpool get no money and disrespecting the football club along the way, to me, is worse than Andy Robertson realising he's going to be the backup, not wanting to be the backup, so getting his agents to try and organise a move for a low fee.
Robert literally came out recently and said that he's seen obviously what's going on with Kerkez and he backs himself.
Callum, how about I agree with Mr. Carl over here? Why don't you tell us your opinion instead of asking Tom the question? What's your opinion on this Robertson situation then?
My opinion is I'm kind of shocked by it, if I'm going to be honest. Like, if Robbo's greenlighting his agent to do all these things, then I'm like, what are we doing there? And I'm like, why are these players still with this agent as well? And why is the club allowing this to happen? Like, there's a lot of questions I've got around it.
Specifically, given the fact that last episode you said Robertson will be the starting left back, and then a day later he's going to go.
No, I didn't want him to be the starting left back though. I said because there's going to be quite a lot of change in the squad, and because I think Slot is not just going to throw all the new players in that we sign at once, I wouldn't be surprised if Robbo started the season or started the first game, and then Kerkez just seamlessly takes over rather than
You
just
want
do-
what's best for Liverpool? Is Kerkez what's best for Liverpool?
Yeah, of course he is.
How do you feel about that signing?
By what Kerkez, me personally,
Yeah.
he wouldn't be my first choice, but I'm very happy with Kerkez coming in.
Who's your first choice?
I'd have loved us to get Teo Hernandez, if I'm going to be honest.
Tom, why do you always have exaggerating reactions to normal things? Theo Hernandez is obviously better than Kerkez. Chill,
It's
bro.
what I mean, like because Teo Hernandez is 27 years old. Kerkez is obviously better because he's only 22. If anyone could, like, again, I can break down.
You have
why
a completely unnecessary reaction there. man. Come on.
We're acting like Teo Hernandez is.
Theo Hernandez is
I'm
one of
not
the best
acting. I'm not
backs in the
acting
world.
like I'm not acting like he's bad.
You
Theo
realize
Hernandez-
that Theo Hernandez is probably second to Nuno Mendes in the world right now.
No, he's not.
Who's second to Nuno Mendes?
Who's second to Nuno Mendes? I can't lie. Even though he got a couple of injuries this year, I thought Balde was really good for Barca this year.
Yeah, but Balde doesn't play enough, but he's very good. I agree.
I thought he played a decent amount this year. Look, I'm not saying Theo Hernandez is a bad move, but it's just it wasn't what I thought you were going to say. That's why I went, oh my god, I thought you were going to say like a Ryan Aït-Nouri or something, or a
Yeah, that was my first choice.
I thought that was where you were going to go with it, not the
if we had
27-year-old
we
Theo
still had
Hernandez.
we still had Klopp in charge, and Aït-Nouri would be my first choice. But we don't have Klopp in charge
Why
anymore
does it change?
because we play a different style under slot, Tom.
No, I get that, but why is it? I don't think the left backs is the biggest change in style.
No, I do think it's quite a big change though, because of how we defend. We never really defended through our fullbacks.
Mm-hmm.
It would be the centre midfielders in the 4-3-3 system who would cover for the fullbacks. Now we're not too sure how.
If we were playing the really old way Liverpool, yeah, but in the back end of Klopp's time at Liverpool, the midfielders were getting forward a lot more, and the left back and right back were being asked to defend a little bit more, which is why we started to see
Trent weren't asked to be.
Trent, to be fair, I'm wrong with Trent. Trent wasn't, because Trent was the fucking golden boy. Robertson and Superchats had this weird hybrid role where they had to be a left centre back and then occasionally a left winger. So like that side, it was almost like Klopp built this not Klopp. Linde's built this perfect little team on a tactics board. Had it all set up and then went, fuck, I've only got 10 players. What are we going to do with the left back? Oh, just fucking chuck him, whatever. If we were playing the old style, I agree with Aït-Nouri, but not
City's
now.
getting all the players that I would have liked at Liverpool as well. Like I would have liked Reinders, I'd have liked Turkey, I'd have liked Aït-Nouri as well. I think Aït-Nouri is so good technically. I would have loved him at Liverpool Football Club. I'd absolutely loved him. But Kerkez is a fantastic option. I think Kerkez is
I ain't got an issue with Kerkez signing. That's
I don't
cool.
have an issue with Kerkez.
Very happy.
I love how bad he wants to join us. You know, it's so crazy because we went from Supermendi, Caicedo, Lavia, blah, blah, blah. 2 years later, the biggest talent to come out of Germany wants to join us. And so many people's team of the season left back wants to join us too. And the good part is he's rejecting everyone for us, which is just brilliant, to be honest with you. That's what I want. I want players who are desperately want to come to Liverpool Football Club. And it's funny because he essentially announced his own transfer. I do agree with Callum, though. If I am a Bournemouth fan, I am fuming.
Yeah, I'm fuming. The thing with Robbo, the reason why I'd want Robbo to stay and see out his contract is because as good as Kerkez is, playing for Bournemouth and playing for Liverpool are two different things. Now, I do think he will come in and he'll be an upgrade on Robbo and Superchats. However, he's never played Champions League football to my knowledge. I don't even know if he's played Europa League football to my knowledge.
I think he's done Europa League at AZ.
Who?
Fair.
Kerkez. I think he done Europa League at AZ.
Kerkez played for Alkmaar?
Yeah, that was where Bournemouth bought him from.
How the fuck do you know all this information, you little...
I know that he was actually in AC Milan's academy as well.
He was
where AZ bought him from.
Callum, don't act like you knew all that.
No, I did know that because I'd done research on him. I've had to do research on him. But like, so my thing is...
You guys really just go in and do research like he was in the AC Milan academy and
yes, bro.
He played for AZ Alkmaar and all this.
Mate, there's a photo of Milos Kerkez and Conor Bradley flying to a 50-50 for the academy teams when we play, because in the 21-22 season in the UEFA Youth League, because we drew AC Milan in the group stage of the Champions League, you play the same teams in the Youth League. So there's a photo of Bradley and Kerkez playing against each other for Milan and Liverpool.
Fairs.
Sorry, I was wrong. It wasn't Europa League. It was Conference League that he played. Sorry, it was Conference League that he played, not Europa League.
So for me, having Robbo there would be a nice buffer, and then for me, then you can, when Robbo goes, then you can bring in. That will give you, in my opinion, a year to assess whether Kerkez is the starter for you or someone who could be in a rotation, and then that will, in my opinion, determine who you get next summer or the type of profile you get next summer.
Yeah, I'll be honest, Cal, we're not paying 45 million quid for a left back to be in rotation.
We say that, but Szoboszlai costs 70 million, and he's going to be in a rotation.
Yeah, midfield, because we bought a 110 million pound attacking midfielder.
But that's my point, Tom. Like, and even
We're
though
not,
we might
left
not
back going to spend for more than 45 million.
No, but there could be a left back that emerges next season who might only have a year left on the contract, for example, and then boom, you go and buy him, and he might be less than Kerkez, but it might be better. I don't think price should just determine that you start in a team. I think it's merit as well, right?
I'll be honest. Sam's gonna celebrate this because this is not me admitting I'm wrong, but I think the most likely scenario is Tsimikas ends up staying as the backup for another year. As much as I don't like that, as much as I'd want to do Owen Beck as the
I'm
backup,
hearing Tsimikas prop from Thomas Little.
it's not Tsimikas prop, it's belated Tsimikas. It's
so
Tsimikas
cool,
acceptance. What I want is to sell both of them and promote Owen Beck. And
that's
then
why
Owen Beck is the backup.
that's why I'd like to keep Robbo for a year, Tom, so that
But
Owen Beck can be in and around the team. And
Keep
then...
Robbo for a year hype, bro. Tsimikas is better than him.
It's hard to justify
both the
keeping
same.
Robbo though.
The best
because
football we
Cal-
ever played was against Bayer Leverkusen, where guess what? 11 ballers were on the pitch. End of.
So
Yeah,
what about
no,
when we played Man City at home and Tottenham at home and
Real Madrid.
Real Madrid?
He was good against Real Madrid, where he almost made them score an equalizer because of a
Yeah,
dumbass.
He got the assist for the second goal, though, didn't he?
Oh, yeah. You're giving that to an assist. You're
No, but
so
my point is we're having a
Who
middle
scored the
pair
second
between
goal against
Robbo.
Real Madrid, Tom?
What was that, Hassam?
Who scored the second goal against Real Madrid?
Cody Gakpo.
And you're counting that as a fucking Robertson assist? You're so
He's a
shameless.
Robbo assist. He crossed it in from the right hand
He
side.
crossed it in. Do you not remember the goal? It was a corner. Robertson played it short, got it
Oh, yeah,
back,
he
put in
did
a
get
left
the,
foot
I
cross.
remember. the
Yeah,
goal. Yeah.
Oh my! I want to smash both of you in this quiz, you know. Whenever we do this quiz, I'm wiping
I
the
just
floor with the
agreed
pen.
with you.
You're not
I just
gonna- man,
I just
I'm
told
already
you the
forming
premise
up
of the
against Callum
assist.
in the quiz.
Oh my god!
I just gave you the premise of the assist.
No, because I'm not saying it's. You were wrong about the one earlier. Hassam's just lost. Hassam
Callum, name
thought
two
Reece only played 1 year under
Senegalese players that
Houllier.
played for Liverpool other than Mane.
Say that again, sorry.
Name two Senegalese players that played for Liverpool other than Mane.
You both signed in the same summer.
Name them.
I just did.
Who?
Salif Diao.
This is the first question I ask you. You actually answered right. Well
I got
done.
it right straight away.
Yeah, but I'm proud. I'm proud. You got the answer correct. Name the Moroccan player who played for Liverpool.
Asaidi,
Before McAllister, name an Argentinian who played for Liverpool.
Mascherano, Paletta, Sebastian
Who else?
Leto.
Fairs.
Come on, you can do better than this for questions, surely.
Yeah. No, I was just asking him easier ones because he forgot where did Samed Yessel score his goal against away at West Brom in a 2-0 win. You get me?
No, but let me ask you this because I'm curious about this. Was that an actual game that you're thinking about?
Yeah. Samed Yessel scored a goal for Liverpool. We beat West Brom away from home.
In the league?
I think he was in the cup. I might be mistaken.
Never
the
scored a
cup.
league goal for Liverpool.
Yeah, he was in the cup.
In the cup. So what year was this?
I don't remember the year, bro.
Samed Yessel goal versus West Brom. Because I've looked for this. I don't think it exists.
No, it exists. He
Oh,
scored
there
the
you
goal.
go. There you go. September 2012. Nuri Sahin scored the winner.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Or did he?
He did.
Did Samed yet? Hold on.
Yessel scored.
Did Samed Yessel score?
Yeah, he did. Thing is, we were so shit. I don't even think you can find articles from back in the day.
he
about
had
those.
a-
No, he didn't score.
He didn't.
Nuri Sahin scored both.
No, he did. He scored away at West Brom. I'm 100% sure of it. I
Nuri
think he was.
Nuri Sahin scored both.
He scored two. Hold on, wait. Did Nuri Sahin score both goals in the game finished 2-1?
Yes.
I was all right. Let me break this down. I was in Turkey when this game happened. Jerome Sinclair came off the bench to record or become Liverpool's
Yeah,
youngest
the youngest player
at
at
the time as well.
16.
Yeah. Samuel Yezel played in that game. He never scored.
Sam Dias's only goal for Liverpool was away at West Brom. I'm 100% sure of it.
Sam Diasel never scored for Liverpool.
He did. 100% he scored.
Promise you he didn't.
I don't even know if he scored a goal in a friendly, Hassan.
He did.
Promise you Sam Diasel never scored a competitive goal for Liverpool.
He didn't.
He did score a goal away at West Brom.
I don't know how many more times me and Cal need to tell you we have looked at that game. Sam Diasel never scored a competitive goal for Liverpool.
Jerome Sinclair came off the bench, and I can't remember who assisted Sahin, but he assisted Sahin with a cross across the box, and Sahin tapped it in.
I can tell you right now. So the first goal was Asaidi assist to Nuri Sahin. Sorry, the first goal was an Andre Wisdom assist to Sahin.
Yeah,
the second goal was an Asaidi assist to
Sahin. The thing is, I don't even know where the fuck you're gonna find these articles. Was it? I think it was round 2 or something.
Mate, I've got it on transfer. I've got the game on Transfer Market.
I was in Turkey at the time with my missus, and that would have been around September.
I'll put the link to the game in the private chat now.
Hold on, Tom. Was that around September, October 2012? Right?
Yep, it was September 26th.
Yep, there we go.
September 26, 2012, we beat West Brom 2-1 away from home. It was 1-1 at half-time. Sahin scored both our goals. Andre Wisdom assisted the first. Asaidi assisted the second. Sam Diasel went off the pitch in the 81st minute with no goal.
Jeez.
I'm trying to find it, but the problem is some of these games don't even have articles on them.
You'll be looking for a long time, bro.
Yeah, I don't even think they even have articles on them. The problem is from like 12 years ago or 13 years ago, everything was in an article. There was no like YouTube highlights or anything. But anyway, regardless, that's beside the topic. Point is, everyone here happy with Kerkez?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I was really happy with Sam Diasel's goal against West Brom that didn't exist as well. That put us into the third round of the Carabao Cup.
The only thing I will say is
I'll find it.
It's going to be interesting to see what we do with the left back situation if Robbo and Tsimikas go, because we sit here saying Tsimikas might just be fed up with being a backup now.
No, I think he's happy to be here.
If he gets a chance to play for another team now and be the starter, I think he might take it.
I think this point in his career, he might take being a starter somewhere else. And that's what you'd have your own back for.
Here's the thing, Tom, and this is the thing, though, Tom. And as much as I rate Owen Beck, I've been giving Owen Beck prop. Owen Beck and Kerkez as our 2 left backs, if we're trying to retain the Premier League and win the Champions League, is a risk.
It is 100%.
As much as I rate the players, and this is what I'm saying. Even though Hato's younger than Kerkez,
I don't think you can sell Hato on this move, though. I'll be honest.
And
I struggle to see how you sell Hato on this move,
because you could say to Hato, you're going to play. You're not just locked down to one position in the team. Tsimikas can't play any other position. Hato can, and maybe that's how you sell it to him. And
okay. So you'd be.
I think Tsimikas will accept being backup, which is why we're selling Robertson.
Potentially, Sam, you might be right. I just, it's also a bit of a risk potentially to be like, yeah, let's keep Tsimikas over. If a late bid comes in from a team, Tsimikas could turn around and be like, yeah, I think. I might want to take
and then because that was what happened with Mignolet. We went, we'll keep Mignolet one more year, and then Club Brugge bid for him. We went, no, I'm going, and then we had to go onto the free market and buy an unnamed 31-year-old Spaniard.
We didn't have to go to a free market. We chose to do that.
We did because Keller was injured, so we only had one keeper.
It wasn't Adrian. We didn't have to get Adrian. We could have bought someone else.
I just realized what you meant with unnamed. My mind went elsewhere because I've heard that regarding someone else who plays for Arsenal. Anyway. Listen, big up to all of you guys. We're 20 likes away from 700 likes. Let's get 700 likes ASAP. Let me just grab these supers before we get out of here. Big up to all of you guys. Please like and subscribe. So, let's get to 700 likes, guys. Isak has never hit 24 goals in a season, is what Jack's saying.
Retegui done that this year and hit 25. So, all I'm going to say is, maybe let's not write Mateo off.
Sam, you only asked for 700 likes. How many people are in the live chat?
1,350.
So I think it should be 1,000 likes, man.
These frauds will not get to 1,000.
No, I will do respect. It should be 1,000 likes.
If they get to 1,000 likes, I'll take my shirt off.
Let's get to 995 then, guys.
We ain't gonna do it, bro. I promise. These frauds will not do it. Big up to you, Jack. Big up to Nags Game. Says Robbo has an argument for best Premier League left back ever. He does not. Let alone Liverpool. He's got more assists than Hazard, for fuck's sake. He's definitely not better than
Ashley Cole's clear, man.
Ashley Cole is the best left back, but Robertson is comfortably second.
Yeah, I agree with that, Tom.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Let's get to 995 then, guys.
Let's get to 995 then, guys.
Yeah, I agree with that, Tom. There's an argument to
Yeah.
say Ashley Cole's top 3 best left backs of all
Second, my
time.
ass.
Hold on, Callum. Where do you actually have Robertson then in your ranking if you've got Reese above him and you've got all them other players that you mentioned above him? Is Robertson in your top 10 left backs of all time in the Premier League?
Of course, he's in the top 10, bro.
Is he top 5?
Number 1, Ashley Cole. Number 2, Erwin. Number 3, Evra. 4, John Arisa. 5, Robertson.
John Arisa is not the 4th best.
You will never
Premier League left back of all
ever get
time.
me to talk shit about John Arisa. He's my guy right there. I love John Arisa so much. Release the Kraken! Fucking love John Arisa.
I love him as
wish-
well. But
I wish
yeah,
we had him in this team, man. You could call it nostalgia, you could call it whatever. John Arisa for me was fucking unbelievable.
I mean,
love
Risa was great. If I'm being honest, and we're looking at Premier League, we're looking at pure Premier
Risa was
League
like
legacy.
Roberto Carlos for me growing up. He was fucking unreal, bro. I love Risa. I'm sorry, you ain't ever gonna get me chat shit about him. Love as always.
Reese was quality. He just went better than
Like
Robert.
I said, it might be nostalgia, might be whatever, but I just love Risa. I'm sorry.
Delusion is I think the technical term is delusion, Hassan.
Yeah, same guy who wanted Mason Mount and check to Corey. Big up to it. Gaz says, "Love is always my counseling session. You'll never work alone."
Big up,
Is what
Gaz.
Gaz is saying. Big up to you. What's your name? 93 months member.
It's a running joke you got on Coffee's with him.
What's the joke? Tell me.
That who's the longest reigning member of our member team, and Gaz keeps on saying he's been a member for 93 months. We've not even been running the memberships for 93 months. I don't know how Gaz has done that, but we rate it regardless. We love Gaz.
Hold on, how many years is 93 months?
A lot.
Just do math, Tom. Like 7 years, 8 years, whatever.
Yeah.
12 times 6 is 12 times 5 is 60. 72, 84, 96. So
It's near on 8 years.
8 years. Cal, surely you can see Robo plus
Coffee has only
28
existed for about 5.
One has been learning Spanish for more than 10 months, plus would be second highest paid player in his prime, and others leaving when he's second choice.
I never said there's not a difference. I'm saying there's a lot of similarities as well, though. But because one's, I don't want to get into it. I don't want to argue about it. I'm not defending Trent, but because I speak about him, everyone's going to say I'm defending him. I'm just saying there's two sides to a story in it.
That's what I told her as well, but she didn't believe me. Big up to Happy Clapper says, where does Simi rank among left backs in the Premier League?
But
That's a great question. I think the only left backs better than Tsimikas in the league are Robertson, Kerkez.
You can't even keep a straight face. Look,
No. I'm completely keeping a straight face. Ait Nouri. Those are the three in the league better than him.
So you think Kostas Tsimikas is the 4th best left back in the entire Premier League?
Maybe not actually Cucurella. I cannot be unfair. I would say Cucurella as well. So
Oh,
he's
so,
fifth.
so you've got Tsimikas ahead of Miles Lewis-Skelly.
Yeah, he hasn't done it enough. He's way too young.
Oh, because you've got Tsimikas ahead of Udogie.
Yes, Udog is not that good.
You've got
season.
Tsimikas ahead of
Robertson, yes.
I mean, I was going to say Gvardiol, but you'd probably say he's not a left back. Even though
No,
played
he's a
left
centre
back for
back.
the whole season.
He
So
played
Big up to Jay Ruiz, who said, I think this will be the first team. Alisson, Frimpong, Konate, Van Dijk, Kerkez, Gravenberg, McAllister, Szoboszlai, Wirtz, Isak, Ekitike, and Salah. 4-3-1-2 versus 10. The reason why I disagree with this team is I think that Gakpo is going to be a starter. So whatever formation you're going to have to play, make sure that Gakpo is a starter, mate. You get me? I'm just saying. Big up to Fonzie, who says, big up Don Hussam. Hope all is well. Thank you, Fonzie. I appreciate you, my brother. Appreciate you. I know you are tired of Robertson, but don't disrespect him. For 3 years, he was world class. He was the epitome of a Liverpool player. Top 3 Premier League era. How am I disrespecting him? I'm not disrespecting Robertson at all. I said he's a great servant to Liverpool. I said...
Don't bite, Tom. Tom, don't bite.
I said he's a... So the problem is you guys are making me laugh in the middle of me saying something normal, but now everyone thinks
I so want to bite on the man who's put 2 Manchester United players ahead of... Again,
Whoa,
okay.
whoa.
No one was even thinking about it like that until you dived in. I want to argue the point with the man who put
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
Easy. Man said
I want to
100%.
argue the point with the man who killed me for having Scholes above Gerrard in one minor argument, and it wasn't the major argument, when who's just put two Manchester United legends above the Liverpool one in a
Because
black
the
and
difference
white
is
argument.
Scholes cannot lace Gerrard's boots.
And Evra can't lace Robbo's.
Also, you both, by the way, let me make something clear. You both have committed cardinal sins when it comes to representing Liverpool Football Club on the football terrace.
I know what you're gonna say.
No. You wait there. You wait there as well. Well, you said it's even worse than Tom. So I say Evra is better than Robertson, which is not even that deep. You say Scholes is better than Gerrard, and Callum Sanderson says Manchester United are bigger than Liverpool. There is nothing I ever said is ever worse than these two statements. I'm sorry, chat. Never. This guy's Scouse, by the way. Scouse, born and bred.
Mm-hmm.
He says that Scholes is better than Gerrard.
I don't say that, but we just ignore all the context now, people.
That Man United are bigger than Liverpool. A'udhu billah. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I can never. All I'm saying is I never said something is bad ever. Evra is better than Robertson is not even that deep. Just saying. Yesel only scored for the under 21s in my FIFA save. It might be under 21s away. Not fair. We were just watching. Back in the day, YouTube was different than it was today. Anyway, regardless. Maybe he got an assist or he scored a goal that was ruled off, but I'm sure he did. Big up to Fonzie, who says big down, Cal. Hope all is mid. Fonzie,
he'll never let me live this down.
No, by the way, Jack, I'm not joking. Callum went on the football terrace and said Manchester United are bigger than Liverpool. Can you explain yourself? Look how he pretended to lag
there's
out.
a difference between being the biggest club and being the most successful club.
Explain.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Can you guys hear me now? There's a difference between being the biggest club and being the most successful club. I said we're the more successful club. Man United are technically still the biggest club in England.
On what metric?
Revenue, fan base.
Revenue.
No, we've just started making more revenue over the course of history. Over the course of history, Man United are a richer club, and in terms of world, they've got a bigger fan base. There's a different. I think everyone here is bigger and thinks, oh, they're not more successful. No, Man City are more successful in recent times than Arsenal, but Arsenal are a bigger club, right? We can agree on that, can we?
Yes.
Or we're just going to be tribalistic and not listen to the actual.
The reason why Arsenal are bigger than Manchester City is because Arsenal is more successful, Mr. Sanderson. Because success is from when football started. And we're the only fan base in the planet who has to say this bullshit right here. If I bring an AC Milan fan and a Juve fan, the Juve fan will say I have 35 league titles, and the Milan fan will say I have 7 Champions Leagues. We're the only fan base who consider popularity contests. First of all, 100 million fans more does not make up for double the Champions Leagues. We have double the Champions Leagues. Do you know how massive that is? We were shit for 30 years and have double their Champions Leagues. 100 million fans does not make up that difference. Revenue, we make more revenue now as well. And by the way, when you talk about worldwide fans, Man United might have more fans than us in certain regions of the world, but we have so much more fans than them in so many different parts of the world. Did you see Man United's open top bus parade in Malaysia? Streets empty. You want to know if Liverpool did that top bus parade? Kuala Lumpur would be full. Why do you think we're always the 12:30 kickoff? Malaysia, Indonesia, Vietnam, Philippines, Cambodia, all these countries, China, South Korea, all these guys, Japan, they support Liverpool, most of them. I lived there. I experienced it. The Middle East now. Way more Liverpool fans than the Manchester United fans. North Africa, the same. So you can't just, because they have... By the way, South America has more Liverpool fans than it has Man United fans. All these recent surveys, all these recent studies. So for me, you can't come here and say stuff like, this club is bigger because blah, blah, blah. First of all, the number one metric that makes a club bigger than the other club is success. And we're more successful than Manchester United, therefore we're bigger.
It's not success that makes one bigger.
No, it is success because the 100 million fans do not make up for the double the Champions League.
Sam, in sport, success is never what makes one thing bigger than another. It's not.
Would you right now trade 100 million Liverpool fans for 3 more Champions Leagues? Yes or no?
No, you're missing my point. Just because something is more successful doesn't mean they're a bigger entity. But you can throw it on any single sport. Any single sport. Who's the biggest boxer of all time?
Muhammad Ali.
He's not the most successful boxer of all time. Who is the most notorious known MMA fighter of all time?
But that's different. Also notorious in my part of the world, Khabib.
It's Conor McGregor.
My mom knows Khabib.
It's Conor McGregor. And
no, my mom knows Khabib. She don't know Conor.
All right, but that's your part. Even if you want to use Khabib as a metric, Khabib's not the most successful MMA fighter of all time.
He is 30-0.
How are you telling me when I cover MMA, bro?
He has 0 defeats,
bro.
He literally is invincible.
He's not invincible, and he's not the best MMA fighter of all time either.
He is because he has 0 defeats.
Do me a favor, Sam.
Here we go. Now he's gonna do John Jones hype. Come
on, name your bunch of fighters better than Khabib, bro. What are we doing here?
John Jones is not better than Khabib. Khabib is the best. He's the GOAT. He's the most successful. 0 defeats. Now what?
He's not the most successful. There's other fighters.
No, he has 0 defeats. By definition, he's the most successful.
No, it isn't, bro. All right, if that's the case, then Floyd Mayweather is the most successful boxer of all time, then, yeah?
Yeah, but I don't watch boxing. I'm not a boxing guy.
You don't watch UFC?
No, I do watch UFC.
When was the last UFC you watched? Go on.
The last one when you were live with Jamie, I was looking in the fucking comments.
Who fought?
You're so disrespectful. I sent you £3. You give £1 to Jamie and £1 to the other guy. I forgot his name.
Who fought on the card?
I forgot there was a Pereira and something. I forgot that.
No, it wasn't.
I forgot the names. But anyway, I was fucking watching regardless because I was in your comment section, literally. Allow it. And there was that Ukrainian that Jamie keeps fucking crushing on.
That wasn't the last card, but yes, it wasn't.
I was fucking there in your comments, Callum.
You talk about Shevchenko. She's not out. She's not Ukrainian, but I get what you mean.
Yeah, come on. See, I know UFC, mate. I know, bro. I can name you OGs. I can name you Chuck Liddell, Wanderlei Silva, Anderson Silva. I'm talking about these guys. George St. Pierre. I remember the what's his name? The American badass, the fucking villain. Forgot his name, man. But I remember, yeah, Chael Sonnen. I remember his face. I remember everything he said to Wanderlei Silva. I remember when he told Anderson Silva, your title versus my career, that he'd quit if he lost against him. Yeah, I remember. I know UFC, mate. Don't come up here and speak to me like I'm some new guy, bro.
You don't know. I say this.
Yeah, I know about Bellator.
I say with all due respect, you don't know more about MMA than I do.
Well, guess what? I know more than you in football. So where do you go?
Well, not today. You haven't proven that.
Yes, 100%. Liverpool is bigger than Man United. 100%.
Well, Samuel Jezel scored against West Brom in that the ghost goal.
John Arnorisa only played
John Arnorisa over Robbo. You haven't proven your football knowledge at all today.
John Arnorisa over Robbo is way less worse because of nostalgia than Man United is bigger than Liverpool. I'm sorry.
All right, do you know what? Google it. Who's the biggest club in England? Google it. What?
Did you just say Google who's the biggest club?
Do it. No, because
who gives a fuck about the AI?
Who gives a F about our opinions then? So
how are we gonna get 1,300 people give a fuck about?
And of course, as Liverpool fans are going to say, yeah, we're the biggest club. But technically, Man United are still the biggest club.
No, there are many. There are rival fans now. There are City fans, Inter fans, Chelsea fans, Arsenal fans who say we are bigger than Man United. I'll call you right now a City fan who will say to your face Liverpool are bigger.
One City fan.
No, first of all, that's like 50% of the fan base. Also, I'll call you Arsenal fans who will say the same thing as well. Allow it. Man's using AI as a measuring stick. Fuck my life.
Using AI.
Cal, I wanted to apologize, but you keep digging. Don't apologize to this fraud. Man goes to Terry Flewers. He gets me just because he pays him. And he tells
Terry
him this
don't
stuff.
pay me. He does not pay me.
That is a lie. That is a lie, Callum.
On my kid's life, he don't pay me.
Really? He doesn't pay you?
No, he just gets the royalties from the Alexander Arnold deal.
On my kid's life. I do not charge any other content creators.
When are you getting that second villa from the Trent deal? Is that signing on fee?
How do you live in a villa right now?
Say again?
How do you live in a villa right now?
I don't live in a villa.
Because,
you know,
Sam, it's part of it's the Trent deal.
I have proof. I was watching Dan Potts' channel on Thursday. You want to know what Callum used as an example to dismiss Sava?
What?
He said, I live in a house right now. If I fix the conservatory, it doesn't mean that I have fixed the whole house.
Conservatory.
Tell me that's not a fact that he has a villa.
Guys,
Tell
you
me
know,
right now.
I worked very hard since I could leave.
There you are. There you are. I told your ass. You
I'm
have a
not.
villa.
No. I'm
your
not.
ass.
I'm look. All jokes aside, I'm far from rich, but I work hard than a lot of people.
We're not knocking you for what you earn. We're just saying
No,
that
not
Villa
knocking
came from
you.
the
Just
Trent
say
money.
you're rich. Just own it.
I don't
Own
live
it.
in a mansion. Far from.
There you
far
are.
from
No,
it.
we
I
never
have
said
a-
mansion. We said Villa.
No, we don't have a villa. We have a,
Conservatory and
look,
shit.
from God's blessing, we have a nice house that we live in. Me and my missus.
Hey, you tell him.
We do. We have a nice house.
Go on, Callum, lad. Go on.
We work bloody
Go.
hard. But even now, Sam, you know why I was late today? Work, bro. Like I work bloody hard.
Sam, did you not see his stream the other? Was it last week or the other day where he was in his Lamborghini? He was too busy. He had to film in his Lambo.
Yeah.
Camera on the side door.
I wish it was a Lamborghini, bro.
Are you gonna buy an apartment in Dubai soon?
So,
They're not even.
I've actually never been to Dubai.
To be fair, Sam, he laughed at that
don't
because
go to
he's not buying an apartment. He's buying his second apartment out in Dubai. The second one.
If you take your wife with you, go, but don't go alone.
No. What, to Dubai?
Yeah, don't go alone.
Oh, for the haram, yeah.
Yeah, 100% you're gonna get swayed. elsewhere. Just telling you.
I'll be fine, bro. I'm good.
Fair. Do you think you're stronger than the Dubai pull?
I am.
Fair.
I
Fair.
got no reason. I got
Listen,
no reason to do
I know. Yeah, I know. Listen, I know that the type of person you are, Callum. You might be watching right now. He's 100% loyal. You get me? 100% he's loyal. We're only making jokes among men. You get me? But yeah, I know some people would struggle, specifically the ones that like the snow bunnies. Big up to Muhammad who says, Callum, if you're gonna say John Jones took PEDs.
I wouldn't say John Jones. Everyone who watches my stuff or hears me speak about John Jones knows what my thoughts are on John Jones.
Who's your goat?
If you're taking PEDs, you can't be in the GOAT conversation. For me,
Who's your goat?
can't be. Who's my GOAT? Demetrius Johnson or GSP?
Oh, George St. Pierre.
Yeah, it's one of them two. Has to be one
I
of them
think
two.
Khabib would beat George St. Pierre.
No way. In his prime,
Yes,
no way. Oh,
Yes.
Sam, don't do this,
You
bro.
really don't know any sport.
Don't gas me at me, bro.
Who's the
Look,
goat of tennis?
of tennis?
Yeah.
All right, men's obviously we're talking. Oh, it's either Novak or
You
Federer
have
or
to choose
Nadal.
one. There's no either in goats.
You can't just say, "Oh, it's one of the three obvious choices." You got to pick
All right,
one.
who's out of the three? My favorite's Federer. In terms of GOAT, if I'm not mistaken, doesn't Djokovic won the most out of all three, though, right?
I would say Federer's the goat as well.
No, for me, Federer is my favorite. But if we're going based on metrics, then I think Djokovic, as in Djokovic,
Who's
got
the
more...
basketball goat for you?
MJ.
Okay, good. Two good takes in a row.
Yes, MJ.
Who's the Formula One goat?
I don't really know much about Formula One, so I can't say.
It's Hamilton.
I'd say Schumacher when I used to watch.
It's Hamilton.
Well, my brother's into it. He says it's either Schumacher or Ayrton Senna.
It's Hamilton.
Yeah.
But I can't speak about F1. I have no idea about F1.
Top 3 Premier League players ever.
My top three.
Yes.
Again,
Premier
you and Tom aren't going to like me for saying this. I don't like, when it comes to football, I don't like saying one player's the best. I think it's only fair to divide it by areas on the pitch. So in the same way, for example, you can't compare Buffon to a Messi.
Just say your top 3, Callum.
My top 3 favorite Premier League players, or who I
No,
think
the top
the
3
best
greatest Premier League players of all time.
for me, as of right now, Henry, Rooney, and Gerrard.
Who's yours, Tom?
What best Premier League players of all time?
You heard the question. Don't repeat it.
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
Henry, Salah, and
If you ever leave his name off, I swear I'll never speak to you outside of a stream again.
what, Stevie?
If you ever, bro.
No, but he
never-
puts Scholes above him, so you should say Scholes third then.
No, because I don't put the Skulls above him as a player.
You believe the Terry Fleurs hype?
I don't.
Yes, you do.
I'm just logical with the argument of if I'm
Logical,
going to
yeah.
have you,
No logic.
if I'm going to put you if we're doing an argument about a specific competition only, if someone has won that competition 11 times and you haven't won it once. There's
It's
a real
not
chance your
fucking
legacy in it is
tennis.
stronger.
I've
There's nothing I
explained
can
this
do about that.
Tom, who's the third player, bro?
It's Gerrard. It's Henri, Salah, Gerrard.
But how when Scholes is about Gerrard?
To be fair, you know, if De Bruyne is very unlucky to miss out on my one. De Bruyne is very unlucky to miss out on my one.
Cal, you live in Knightsbridge, bro. Come on, we know.
I don't. I wish. In fact, I don't actually. I'm happy wherever I live.
Is Knightsbridge like the posh area?
It's extremely expensive in Knightsbridge. Like, the cost of my house would be like, the cost of my house would be the cost of a small flat in Knightsbridge.
Cal, Khabib only lost 1 round in his entire career. Fact.
That's a lie again. It's that again. With all due respect, if you don't watch MMA, you're just gonna Google stuff. He lost more than 1 round in his career. I can tell you the rounds he's lost.
Tell us the rounds then, Mr. MMA.
He lost at least 1 round to Gleison Tebow. There's an argument he lost 2. He lost a round to Conor McGregor. Like, again, if
he lost a round to Conor McGregor, which one was the one where he stood up and was punching him?
He lost the 3rd round to Conor McGregor. Once again, we can go through the fight if you want. The first round, he took Conor McGregor down, but he sustained no damage. Second round, he knocked Conor McGregor down, mounted him, and was pulverizing him. Third round, Conor McGregor actually came back, kept the fight standing, and outstruck him in that round.
You're really
Conor McGregor. Hold on. 4th round, Conor McGregor was beating him. Khabib got the takedown and then submitted him. He lost the round to Conor McGregor. He lost the round to Gleison Tebow. People, you cannot speak when it comes to MMA. With all due respect, if you don't watch MMA, don't Google stuff and just bring it to the chat. It ain't gonna work.
We get it. We all watch MMA, brother. Okay, we get it. You're more well researched. You know everyone's weights and heights and shit. You get me, but just chill out, bro. Chill out. Okay. Even if he's lost more than 1 round, he's undefeated in his fucking career.
Yes, but look at his resume as well. His resume doesn't stand up to a GSP.
Who did GSP beat? That's so great. Who? Fucking Rampage Jackson and shit.
What? Oh, you're gaslighting me. You do know GSP weighs 170, Rampage is like 205, right? So they never fought each other, and never would they?
I know they never fought each other. I'm just trying to rage bait you. Skulls over Gerrard. I knew Hussam was more scouts, is what Fonzie's saying. Oh, that's been. By the way, Sean and Jack, who are actual scousers in the chat, they'll tell you I'm more scouts than Tom. Jack, who's more scouts, me or Tom? You're a scouser, not like from the world like this guy. Sean, you get me real scouser as well. Tell him. Cal did a physique off MMA stream, I'm pretty sure.
That's a lie. Fonzie is dragging my name through the mud recently.
He is, and you deserve it. As a Milan fan, United have the biggest Premier League legacy, but Liverpool are the biggest and greatest English team as football didn't start in the 1990s with Premier League. Fact.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to say yes because you can't.
No,
you're going to sit up here and argue for Man United. Yeah.
No, I don't. I mean,
big up to official AMD speaks. Due to when we grew up watching footy, we're conditioned to see Manx as bigger and ourselves as underdogs. As things stand today, overall, we're as big. They only beat us in club valuation metric. Exactly. By the way, Liverpool make more revenue. Liverpool have massive fan bases in different areas of the world, have literal areas on lock, like East Asia. Liverpool are known globally. Liverpool had 95,000 people sing in Australia when we had fucking Iago Aspas in the team. People don't know this. So Liverpool are the biggest club in England because guess what? That 50 million fans you have more does not make up for double the Champions Leagues. I'm sorry. I would trade 50 million Tom Littles to have another 3 Champions Leagues.
Success with the size of a club. Success doesn't always correlate to the size of an institution.
It does because the most successful clubs are always the biggest ones. By definition. The biggest club in the world is also the most successful club in the world, Real Madrid.
Sam, it's not true, bro.
Yes, it is. Who's the biggest club in the world? Real Madrid.
Yeah, Real Madrid. Yeah, but again,
they're the most successful. Now what?
No, but that correlation doesn't signify the correlation for everything else. If that's the case, who's a bigger club, Tottenham or Man City?
Man City are bigger than Tottenham.
Okay.
Man, bro, listen, you can do all this. You look around all you fucking want.
They're not a bigger
I don't
club.
give a fuck if they have more fans in the United States because of
They're
fucking.
they're not a bigger club.
At the end of the day, they have won Europa League in the last 40 years. They don't say they're bigger than Man City. Man City are bigger than Spurs. Man City are bigger than Spurs. By the way, Man City are catching up to Chelsea and Arsenal, whether you like it or not.
Who's
the
biggest club in France?
Well, now PSG.
Who's the most successful?
PSG as well.
Are you sure?
Yeah, PSG are more successful now.
You sure about that?
Yeah, go check.
I think you should go check.
I will go fucking check right now. Here we go. Most successful French clubs. Here we go. And by the way, you should say the same thing. Literally, as soon as I googled it directly, most league titles is PSG.
That doesn't mean that. So
and
league titles
directly as well, they have as many leagues as Marseille and Saint Etienne, which is one, and most league titles. So my logic stands. Now what?
So that league titles is the only metric, yeah.
I said league titles and Champions Leagues, brother. And of course, the domestic cups and everything, 100%. Why are you acting so shocked? I don't get this. Here you go. PSG, 13 titles. Saint Etienne, 10. Marseille, 9. And Saint Etienne has one UCL and Marseille has one UCL. Now with PSG winning this UCL, they have equaled their UCLs and have more league titles. So PSG are the biggest. Now what?
Are you sure it's not Marseille?
No, it's not. I'll have it open. Marseille have 9 league titles. PSG have 13. Marseille have one UCL. Guess what? PSG have one UCL. Done. Callum, you're getting cooked here. I'm so honest with you.
I'm gonna Google that and I'm gonna go into the details of that.
Yeah, okay. Next time, find a better argument. Biggest club in England, Liverpool. Biggest club in Spain, Real Madrid. Biggest club in Italy, Juve. Biggest club in France, PSG. Most successful equal biggest. End of.
Is Juve bigger than AC Milan?
Yeah, because AC Milan has 7 UCLs, yes, but Juventus has double the league titles. AC Milan has 18 leagues. Juve has fucking 36 leagues. I ain't gonna push that to the side like it means nothing.
I didn't know. I didn't know any league titles he won.
See, I educate you, mate. 3 biggest clubs in England: Liverpool 1, United 2, third Arsenal. Done. When City and Chelsea overtake Arsenal in terms of success, I'll say they're bigger, no problem. But they're not. Chelsea have 6 league titles. They have less league titles than
you say
Sunderland.
Juve are bigger than AC Milan?
Yes. Yes. Juventus have 35 Serie A titles. AC Milan have 18. With all due respect, I'm sorry. Double the league titles is not just something I'm going to push to the side.
How many Champions Leagues do Juve have?
2. Milan have 7. No problem. They have 5 more. What is one UCL? 3.
Almost quadruple. Almost quadruple the number.
Yeah. And they have 35 league titles. That's 17 years. So AC Milan would have to win 17 league titles in a row to equal Juventus's league title tally. Here you go. Serie A winners by time. Here you go. Italian football champions. Here you go. The ones that won it the most are Juventus with 36, Milan have 19. Allow me, bro. 7 UCLs does not make for 18 league titles difference. We have equal league titles as United and double the UCLs, yet you say United is bigger because they have 50 million more fans. Wow.
Just the fans. Official MD even said it. The cost of the club as well. Like, again, I'm not going to die on this hill, innit? I'm a Liverpool fan. I hate Man United, but I just, it is what it is.
Khabib is Zlatan, a GOAT, but not the GOAT. Khabib is not Zlatan. Don't ever disrespect Khabib like that. Don't ever disrespect him. Khabib is definitely not Zlatan. Khabib is like Messi.
No, anyway. He's not. Oh my gosh.
Callum, you don't even know football. Allow it. You're trying to do this UFC thing.
Shall I tell you what it is?
What?
Khabib was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. But because he beat Conor McGregor and got all this stardom, and because there's a lot of people who don't really watch MMA, it goes to a sense where
McGregor he beat. Yeah.
No, shall I tell you what it is? Because people know so much about Conor McGregor and think Conor McGregor was this absolutely unbeatable fighter because Khabib beat him. Everyone automatically thinks, oh, Khabib's the best. But Khabib was a fantastic fighter, but he's not in these conversations as the GOAT. He's not.
He is definitely in the conversation. You can't say he's not in the
He's
conversation.
not. His resume doesn't
When
hold
you're
up.
undefeated in a mixed martial art, you are in the conversation.
He's one of the most overrated fighters. He really
Think
is.
about this. Think about this. If me and Tom fought 10 times, there's a possibility he'll beat me once.
Do you even know? Ask anyone in the chat who was Khabib's first 20 opponents.
Oh, here we go. We're gonna disrespect Russian fighters with cauliflower ears. Allow it.
No, I never said anything about ethnicity.
Yeah, he beat them as well. So hold that.
And who are they?
They have names.
So use them. So use them.
Like Alexander.
If I'm not mistaken, Khabib was fighting in his dad's promotion.
And
favorable matchups usually happen when.
So if I put Dana White's son in UFC, what, he would beat everyone?
I guarantee you get some favorable matches along the way.
Guess what? If he's not good enough, he wouldn't be able to beat those people.
Never said Khabib wasn't good enough.
Oh, Jack, is that true?
Nah, he's just making it up.
No,
our success more spread out than United with like 5 key managers, while United have had 2, 3. We also had more money before Premier League era and now more trophies. Yeah, fact. That's another thing. We had success with multiple different managers. They've only had success with Ferguson, really.
Sorry. Khabib's first 15 opponents had lost a combined.
Big up to official AMD.
They lost a combined 190.
Trophies won't always correlate to size of club. Yeah, but you're saying trophies won't always correlate to size of club, but no example I've given is a false example. PSG have now won the UCL. They also have 4 league titles more than Marseille. They're bigger. We equaled United's league tally. We have double the Champions Leagues. We're bigger.
Do you think, though, to add an extra element to that debate, do you think that Champions Leagues won before 92 way more than Champions Leagues won after 92?
Because I don't even know about way. But by the way, there's an argument to be made that the Champions League in the 70s and 80s was even more difficult to win.
There's arguments for both
series
sides.
of different winners from series of different countries who were all equal in level. Like you had Ajax with the Cruyff team. You had Hamburg. Yeah, you had Mönchengladbach. You had so many unbelievable teams back in the day. Now it's like the same 4 or 5 contenders every year, basically. We have to be honest.
I just think the big difference is you have to win it last time.
Madrid have been a contender in all of them. Barcelona have been a contender in most of them. Liverpool were a contender since Klopp came in. City were a contender. It's the same fucking contenders. No, nothing different. Bayern is a contender every year. Is that it? If I ask you right now, who's some of the favorites for the UCL next season? You'll say PSG, Liverpool, City, Madrid, Barca, blah, 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 Bayern, same thing. Back in them days, it was different. It was a lot more difficult because you had a series of different winners. Villa won, Forest won.
It's difficult to say where it was more different. I just think it was different because back then it was only literally the team who won the league who would go into the Champions League, right? So there's an argument to say that there's arguments on both sides because obviously you have to win your league to get in there. But now you might not win your league, but let's say all right, City finished 3rd, right? But City could do a madness this summer and become one of the best teams in Europe again, whereas they wouldn't have had that chance to be in Europe back in the day. So there's arguments on both sides. That's why I don't say there's less weight on those European trophies than there are today. For me, you have to put an equal playing field.
Chat, we have 2 Liverpool fans saying that it might be more weight in the new era. Chat, I'm sorry.
I didn't say anything.
I love you guys.
There's more weight.
I try my best.
You have to give it
Hold on a minute. Hassamish, I didn't say a word. I just asked the
guys,
question.
I appreciate you so much for joining me. We've been here
Look
for
at
2
this
hours.
man trying to control the narrative like a dictator.
Thank you so
He's
much.
a dictator on this channel. None of all our words get twisted. I just asked a simple question: was it true that Khabib's a first 15 opponents that lost 198 games?
Calling me a dictator?
and apparently I get muted. I have to get silence for that.
No, it sounds like.
Why are you calling me a dictator?
Because I didn't say.
Is it a color thing? Is it an underbelly color thing? Is that Are you calling me a camel riding Arab? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Are you saying I should eat sand? Did you just say I should eat sand?
You're not Russian, are you?
Why are you making up this? Is it because I'm Arab? Is that what you're doing?
Not at all. Not at all.
Why are you saying in the private chat I should eat sand?
Is that underbelly color thing?
It's underbelly color thing.
But Khabib actually his first 15 opponents
I want
lost
to fucking end the
180
stream. This is Oppenheimer movie.
I'm asking Callum Sanders because I don't watch UFC. Was it true that Khabib's first 15 opponents lost 198 fights?
Bro, don't ask me. Ask the brain of MMA, Hassam. Ask him.
Because I'm sorry, that's like Mickey Mouse first 20 wins. It's like if we won 3 Carabao Cups, but we never had to play a Premier League team on the route to them. Like, yeah, we won them. Yeah, he won the fights, but if they're all
you wouldn't say it's the greatest campaign in Carabao Cup history.
I wouldn't say a 3-peat of Carabao Cups where I never have to play anyone good is the greatest run of Carabao Cup wins ever. That's just where I'm at.
Khabib, to win the championship, Khabib fought the 11th ranked fighter in the division at the time. So much so that the person who was fighting Khabib never actually had a chance to win the belt that night because they were so low down in the rankings. And he went 5 rounds with that person. Never fought Tony Ferguson.
Man's riding another man's neck, you know? How's man
Look
got
at
his
this
nuts like
dictatorship.
another man's face?
Dictatorship.
Turtleneck suit and all.
It's shocking.
Tom, you're a disgrace to Scousers, fam. Tom's on through, watch sirens near. Said Klopp out, that takes severe. Tuchel in, you lost the plot. Replacing a legend, nah, you're not hot. Robbo's cooked, but he's still your guy. 2025, we need to buy. Left back crisis, you stay blind. Man stuck in a past rewind. Van den Bergen, bro, that's bait.
See you guys later. Love you all. Peace out. Subscribe.
Wait, Hassam, how many likes are we on? How many likes are we on, Hassam?
We're not on 1,000 likes. Why are you so desperate to see me get naked?
No, I'm not. God forbid.
Why? What is wrong with you two today?
No, shut up. I'm going to be very serious for a sec now.
What?
I've started doing content full time since October, right? And in the meantime, I've now taken up a contract. Hassam, how long have you been doing content full time?
For full time, 2 years.
2 years. With all due respect to everyone in the chat, and this is not me trying to do the whole, do this, do that, do this, do that. I'm not trying to dictate. If you are someone who watches Hassam's content, my content, Tom's content, anyone on YouTube, and all we're asking for is simply for you to hit a button, which is free to do and takes half a second to do, I really don't think that's a lot to ask. Like, again, for a lot of people, you might just think we switch on the camera and we just start talking. We have to research things before shows. We have to make sure we're on point, because if we're not,
well, you're supposed to research things, but certain people think Sam is yes.
If we come on here,
think Sam is yes, I scored against West Brom, and he clearly didn't.
If we come over and say things that are wrong, people will slate us in the comments for it. We get abuse offline. We get some lovely messages as well, though. All we're asking for is for you to honestly just hit the like button. What the like button does, it helps spread the video amongst the algorithm, helps us to potentially get more subscribers, which means we can bring in more revenue and income, which means we can make more content in general. Like, we're not just asking because we want to say to someone else, oh, we got X amount of likes on this video. How many did you? I've never asked Sam how many likes he's got on a video. He's never asked us what we get on Coppish. But what we are saying, if we're working together, we all want to see each other elevate, right? We don't want to just be sitting in the same place now that we're sitting in a year's time from now. We do this because we want to elevate. If you guys have got constructive criticism as to why you won't like a video, then let us know, and maybe we'll change those things. All we do is ask you to like the video. Don't ask you to send us any money. Don't ask you to do those things. If you do, we are obviously appreciative. It is hard work doing this. It really is. So all we ask for is a like. I don't think it's a lot to ask for 1,000 likes if there's 1,500 people watching personally.
Make sure guys are liking. Big up to Lucas. Says big up you guys. Come on, like and subscribe. Make sure guys are listening to guys.
DJ's comment. You know what? Fair enough. I'll give you that one. You can have that one.
What's stopping you from liking the video? Tom's opinions.
People are going to say that about me as well. To be
1-0. 1-0. You can have that one.
1-0 DJ. 1-0 DJ. Anyway, love you all. Stay safe. I'm see you guys back at A-Listers 8 p.m. inshallah. Peace out, Habibis.